Welcome, warriors of the quarantine, and even more so, warriors of Black Lives Matter. Yes, Black Lives Matter. That's where we are today. Hello, I'm getting all your messages. Laura, Elena, Dion, Diane, Ishasha. Oh, hello, darling. ZB is here. Emma Fox. Hi. Ron, you're back. Good morning. I'm so honored of your presence, really, truly. Emily Autumn is here. Thank you, my sweetheart. We are connecting the great musical Les Miserables to our intention today, intention to honor Black Lives Matter and learn to sing with great, great health. Marga from the Philippines, hello, sweetie. Bernadelle, you're back. I'm so honored. Katie, hello. Oh, this is always so fun. I just love seeing you guys signing on. Jess, hi, sweetheart. Wonderful. Cynthia, hello. Great to see you again, too. Gosh, you are a talent. My goodness. May your dreams in Canada just soar. I know they will soar. Here, thank you, darling, for joining me here. I'm so honored you're here. Doris and JV, Marga, Emily Eck, Amelia. Hi, Kate Zula. Hi, darling. Belter of the century. We are going to be belting for the ladies and doing some soprano. Men, we have a song for you today. Here we are. Pearl, hello, honey, from Philippines. You're back. I'm so happy to see you all here. Hi, All Music Academy. Okay, so here we go. Nahir, thank you for joining me again. I'm so thrilled. Kate, yes. Okay. Oh, I'm so thrilled, Cynthia. You're feeling some changes. This is so great, you know. And they're tweaks. Today we may be tweaking for some of you. Some of you, this may be new information. We have a lot. I have a lot on the plate today. Hi, Emma. Hi, honey. I'm so happy you're here with your gorgeous self. I had a couple questions that we're going to address today during the class, during the lesson. Hi from Russia. Oh, I'm so happy you're here. I love my singing ladies from Russia, from Moscow. I had such an amazing class there many years ago. Jenna, Dearness Dark. Hi, honey. God, what a talent you are. Are you in the UK? I'm so happy. Everybody from around the world is here. Oh, Laura. Hey, Anonymous. Hi, darling. Kat, you're here. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so we are going into, as I said, Les Miserables. Some of the questions, I have three major questions today. One is about vocal fry. That, let's see who asked me that one. That was, oh, I think it was Amelia. I forget. Okay. Also, Felipe asked about the energy of support versus tension. So we're going to go through that today. I wanted to do a really quick, something important I think for you guys, because many of you who have signed on are so young, and I'm so thrilled that you love singing. Those of you who are teenagers or younger, those of you in your 20s, you know, your voice doesn't really mature until your late 20s, men till your mid 30s. You know, there's a long time for it to keep getting older, you know, where it matures to its fullness. But I believe we can sing until we're, you know, 103 and on. But many of you said, Mary, what category am I? I need to know my category, because they tell me that I'm this, and then I don't understand because, you know, I'm told that I'm an alto, but I actually sing tenor parts, and then I'm told that I'm a soprano, and now I can't hit my high note. So what am I? I would like to just say, let's not worry about category right now, okay? I think my teacher in college did me a great service, and she said, Mary, you're a soprano. I said, but what kind of soprano? She goes, you're a soprano. So we've got soprano and we've got belt. I believe we can do both for you guys. Hey, James, hi. A man is here. Yes, we've got our men in the house. So for the ladies, though, we have our head voice, our soprano or mezzo-soprano voice, our legit voice, which is more on the classical side. We can call it legit. And we have our belt voice, which is more for some parts of Les Miserables. And Les Miserables, you have to do both. By the way, I auditioned for Les Miserables for many, 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 many years. And I was a soprano, and I didn't know how to belt. And not until I went to a wonderful vocal coach named Phil Reno, he just told me when I was making the right sound. So I figured out how to do it healthfully, and that's what I'm excited to share with you guys. But what I wanted to say about that is that it took me so many years to get to Les Mis, and then I toured with that show for 2 years as what's called a swing, which means that I understudied all the ladies of the ensemble, which means I understudied 12 tracks that were every vocal type, from high soprano to rich belter. So I say that to you guys because I think we can all learn how to do all of that healthfully. And for the men, I want you to find your, what I call home base voice. Ladies, your home base voice, like Jess Coslett, you're a belter first. You've got that low, gorgeous mezzo voice. I would say, Emma, you're a soprano first. So that's your home base, but then you can go anywhere. Men, you might be more classical, which means you have more vibrato in your voice, or you might like rock and pop, so you're styling in that way. Those are styles. So there we are. Okay, so you're all saying hello to each other. I love that you love each other. This is really cool. Hi, Megan Grant. Hi, darling. You're in the house. Wonderful. Yeah, Jess, I'd say that you're a mezzo-soprano or you're a belter. Now, the word belt, we can say to anybody, belt it out. That's great. That just means sing loud. But ladies, we have a chest resonator, which would be your belt voice when you're only using your chest resonator. Now, sopranos, like Maria Callas said, don't be scared of your chest voice. For so lower notes, we're going to use our chest voice. So that's all a lot of information, but we're going to go through it today. Okay. Yes, you. Oh, good. I'm glad you're happy to hear that, Jess. So in regards to categories, please, a little mercy. Don't worry. Opera singers are very eager to make everybody a type. I have a wonderful 14-year-old student who's a professional. She sings professionally. And she said, Mary, what kind of soprano am I? And I said, well, why do you need to know? And she goes, well, an opera singer asked me, what am I? I said, you're 14. You're a soprano, 14-year-old soprano. And you can belt. Okay? And if somebody really presses you, just say you're a lyric soprano. Lyric just means really beautiful ease. Okay? All right. Hi, Facundo. Hello, honey. This is great. Ron. I think my voice is simply hopeful. Okay, Ron, I'll take that. A 14-year-old is a professional. Yeah. Yeah. Some kids in New York City go to work. And she's a professional singer. Yeah, she's been hired by many. So there you are. Yay, Migle, here you are, darling. Okay, so today we're focusing in on 4 songs. Will you please write these down? We're going to start with Do You Hear the People Sing? We're going to start and end with that song today. Then we'll move over to the men and we'll do Empty Chairs and Empty Tables. So get your lyrics or whatever you need prepared. Now, ladies and men, there's on Broadway this really fun thing called Miscast. They do a concert to raise money, I think, for Broadway Cares, Equity Fights AIDS, and they call it Miscast. And what that is that these wonderful Broadway singers come in and do songs that they would never do in a show. So Jeremy Jordan, for example, sings Let It Go from Frozen. So today, what I'd love to say is, even though I'm working with the men on Empty Chairs and Empty Tables, I'd like to invite the women to work on the song as well. Of course, you would never do that song in an audition. Of course, you would never do that song probably even in a show unless it was called Miscast. I'd also like to invite the men to work on the ladies' pieces, just keeping in mind that you're not going to focus on the belting that I'm teaching them. We'll keep it in the front passage resonators, which many of you already know, which I'll talk about again. But you can join us and connect emotionally with the song and keep working on it. Okay, so everybody will work today. Yeah, Paula, I love that your passion, but you're saying I'm 21 and a 14-year-old sings better than me. Let's not compare, okay? No comparison. No comparison. That was not my meaning. We are all where we are. And like I said, I had to audition for Les Mis for years. I didn't land the show until I was in my 30s. Okay? So there we are. You have to really honor who you are today. Okay, here we go. I'm just checking your messages. Yeah, Paula, you started singing last year. Good. Singing is for everybody. So stop the judgment. Stop judging yourself. Stop judging others. Hello, Felipe. Good. I'm so happy you're here. Okay. Yes, you like the list of songs. So ladies, we're going to be doing just a little bit of I Dreamed a Dream to learn how to use our chest voice. And then we're all going to sing On My Own. Again, men, you can join me. This will be fun for you, Felipe, to try the ladies' songs. Just like, again, it's called miscast. Please don't get me wrong. Please do not sing that at an audition. You will get kicked out of the room before you start. The reason for that, everybody, too, is that the reason you have to be careful about auditions is they're looking to see if you know how to cast yourself. So if you pick a song that is not anything near how you would be cast in a show, like a man's song instead, that won't go well. So you want to pick a song that's age appropriate and voice appropriate for you. I would say that's about it. Age and voice appropriate, and go from there. Okay. Yay. And also in auditions, you should never sing anything from Les Miserables, quite frankly. So don't have, unless they ask for it. But if you're doing a benefit concert or you're singing for your family, always sing from Les Mis. Everybody wants to hear it. So that's the rule in my book, in Mary's book. Okay. No judgment, Clarissa. That's right. No judgment today. Okay, because we have a lot of work to do. Yeah, and so this is my intention for our day using Les Miserables and Black Lives Matter. Those of us who are not Black, those of us who don't have a different skin color, that have white privilege, we want to understand what's happening with our beloved Black community. And this takes listening. I hope that you're listening to Sierra Bogus's beautiful light lessons every Sunday. She does a new video at 9 a.m. It comes out and it's on YouTube, on her YouTube channel. Go check them out. She did one recently about listening, and we have to really listen. And what I'm really understanding now is that there are two Black Americas, two different Americas, a Black America and a white America, meaning regarding the police, Black America doesn't feel safe wherever they go, and white America is fine. We feel safe with the police. So this is systemic racism, which comes from, it's over 400 years old. And what I realized too, the difference between racism and prejudice. So racism is something that a particular people say they are superior to another. And the system has been set up this way that white people are superior to Black people. So that's where it's just, they've set up a system like that. So what I want to do today is for us to drop in and understand the emotions and the truth of our Black community. And it's going to take a lot of courage, but I say that we are warriors, and warriors means stand for truth. So today we're standing for truth. Okay. All right, so here we go. I'm going to pick one of beautiful Sierra's light lessons. Let's just see where we are. Here we go. Aha. We just got gratitude practice. So as we go through today, it's interesting, isn't it? To have gratitude for who we are and what we have. And I picked a card this morning for myself for today's lesson, and it is responsibility. So I want to take responsibility in giving you all that I possibly can today. And let's all be grateful for all that we have and all that we can hopefully have in the future. And look what I wore today. This is my dream shirt, DREAM, dream. So we're going to stay in the dream today with our gratitude. And I want to take responsibility. Yeah, Migle, you're saying that your parents don't believe that racism exists. I think you're very brave to speak to your parents, you know, and maybe after today you can have some more tools in order to talk to them, because the young generation, you guys are changing everything. I think what happened with the coronavirus, we're all here together. We're all at home in quarantine. I feel like we all feel connected, that we're all the same. And now that this horrible incident happened, yet another one in a long string of horrible incidents, but with George Floyd, that now we all feel like, oh my goodness, one of ours was just murdered. And so I feel that we're coming together as a world, and it's very exciting. Okay, so what we're going to do is go right away to the work, okay? I'm just going to check your messages. Thank you, Kat, for saying you're glad that race is being addressed in this time. Me too, and I feel like this is important, and what I'd love to do today is to understand how can we use our work as artists in the songs that we adore and bring a truth that will help put change in the world. Because when you guys sing through your beautiful voices and through your truth, and it's my job to help you become the vessel of your individual special voice. That's what I'm here for, is to help you find that. And then you can take that out in the world and use it in your glorious performances and in any way you want to use it. But I want to give you what your body already knows, which is how it works, so that you can become the vessel of all that is you, each one of you individually. Thank you, Anonymous. You're so sweet. Here we go. Got the tissues ready, Jess? I'm so glad. Now go ahead and write these down. Now we're going to go a little more an interesting way today. We've got voice technique side. These are 5 points. And if you're a note taker, write it down. Breath, support, resonance, floors, pyramid. Then here's the emotional side. And these emotions, we're going to connect today with Black Lives Matter. Personalization, fourth wall, sensory condition, need, and action. So write those down, because this is also how you can prepare every song. So like Felipe, I know you have a big repertoire. This will be a blueprint of how you can organize your song. Juan Luis, you're back. Oh my God, I'm so grateful that you're here today, darling. I would love to know your stories, honey, because I'm really attending to Black Lives Matter and the two Americas that are happening. So for us to come together as one in every possible way we can. And what that means to me is those of us who are on the side of white privilege, when we walk out the door, we don't have to worry about being killed that day. For us to have a true empathy and understanding, compassion for those who are carrying this trauma with them. By the way, those of you who in the US, Oprah is doing a 2-part series. Last night, it was at 9 o'clock Eastern time on OWN channel, but also other channels like TLC, a lot of channels. It'll be on again tonight at 9 p.m. Her forum is incredible, and it teaches you something that you don't realize. And please watch. What I realized is it was exhausting and horrifying to listen to these stories and what the truth is of going on, and that I could turn off the channel after an hour and relax, but they turn off the channel and they're still in the trauma. So this is where we are. Oh, good, Laura. I'm so happy you watched it. Okay, so what we're going to do today, this is the little difference. As I've said before, the voice technique side helps the emotional side. The emotional side helps the voice technique. So we're going to go through some technical points, and I'm going to tell you specifically the emotional component that is included in that technical element, so that you can really understand how to connect right away to your beautiful emotions, so that we can sing through as the vessel, not just singing technically nicely and sounding good, but also bringing your truth, all of you, to it. Okay. Let's just have a drink of water. Today I've got my bottled water. My beautiful glasses are in the dishwasher. Okay, so we're going right away. And we're going to go right to the breath. Okay, so breath is inhale. Now, those of you who have been here before, awesome. It'll be a review that's important. Those that are new, I might go a little quicker today, so feel free to go back to any of the other quarantine lessons, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and I talk about this there too. So you can always do a review even with another lesson. Quarantine lesson number 1, I go very deeply into all of it. Okay, so here we are. We're going to go into inhale. And what I always start with is we are learning what the body already knows. We are going to hone how the body works when you sleep at night. The same breath. We are going to hone how your body supports. We are going to hone how your body wants to resonate in the most healthy way possible. So breath, support, resonance. Here we go. We're going to zip through it, and we're going to get to our songs because they're really important today. Okay, so show me, where are the lungs? Aha, here are the lungs, right? And with my dream, I've got my M and my A, goes down to the bottom of my A. So we have 2 balloons in our chest that need to blow up. The lungs are like balloons. They can't do it by themselves. Now, the emotional component that's going to be connected to inhale, if you're doing it as the body works, the emotional component is to go, once you inhale, you are going to be in the truth of where you are right now. The truth of your emotional life right now. That's where you're going to go. Okay, so the inhale is going to get you to your true emotional state. Okay, so we've got the lungs. Now, when we sleep at night, do we breathe up here at the top of the lungs, or do we breathe at the bottom of the lungs? That's right. We breathe at the bottom of the lungs when we're sleeping at night. We don't do what I call the panic breath, which is up here. Okay, Katie, you said that you've been jogging and you notice that you're significantly less out of breath when you use this that we're using. That's correct. And if Eric is in the house, he's a professional soccer player, said the same thing. This is going to give you stamina. It's going to give you ease. You might feel pain, but if you're in a painful place, it might make you more calm. Often it makes everybody more calm. It's really perfect. Okay, perfect. So we've got these balloons that need to blow up. Where's the famous diaphragm? Oh yeah, where is it? Some people say it's down here, it's up here. It's right underneath the lungs. Now it's a muscle. What kind of muscle is it? Everybody? Involuntary. It's an involuntary muscle. So that's like the heart. My heart is over here. So I can't tell my heart to beat faster, to slow down, to heal. It's beating by itself. Thank goodness it's beating. Also, the diaphragm is involuntary, so we can't hold it, move it. Yes, oh gosh, great, Katie, you got it. Involuntary. So, well, if we have the muscles around it, maybe we can grab it and jam it even more, but we can't let it work. We can't make it work. So here we go. This is what we talked about last week for George Floyd. We have in our neck, What is it called? The phrenic nerve. Great, Marga. I love that you know involuntary. Yes. So here's this phrenic nerve. And the phrenic nerve said, George Floyd has to breathe. The phrenic nerve sends a signal to the diaphragm. The diaphragm says, I got it, and the diaphragm contracts, and it drops down. That's why when we breathe at night, we breathe at the bottom of the lungs, because it's just working like that. The diaphragm pushes aside these organs, and your tummy comes out as you inhale. So those of us who've had teachers that say, breathe down here, push your tummy out, well, they're just trying to make sure that we release this part so the diaphragm can do its work. Now, when George Floyd had a white officer with his knee on his neck, the white officer understood he had his knee on the place that the phrenic nerve that sends the signal. The signal would not work. For 8 minutes and I believe 46 seconds, he kept it there until the guy died. That's called killing. That's called murder. That's called premeditated murder. He knew very well what he was doing with his knee on the neck. So we have to have gratitude. Gratitude practice. Gotta want to cry, right? We have to have gratitude that our body works. We have to have gratitude that we don't have a white police officer with his knee on our neck stopping our body from working. So we are taking complete responsibility. That was my word, right? Responsibility for our body. So what can we do? I don't know the vagus nerve. I would say no, it's not the same, because a doctor told me it's phrenic nerve, and I looked it up and it's phrenic nerve. So vagus nerve is probably something else. I'm not perfect at the anatomy, but I do know that. So we'll look that up. It's a good question, honey. Yes, Doris. So we have this gratitude, as you're saying here, that our body works. God, to have a healthy body, especially in this time of coronavirus or any time, to wake up and say, oh God, my boyfriend broke up with me. My parents are mad with me. I don't have enough money to pay my rent. We have our bodies, and we have to have this gratitude practice. And we have to, in order to have compassion and understanding and empathy for George Floyd, we have to understand what happened, that man put his knee there on the neck. And by the way, there's so many centuries of lynching Black people, lynching, putting a rope around their neck, all this neck stuff. It's life. Our neck is life. And so let's have gratitude that we have a working phrenic nerve that's sending the signal to the diaphragm. The diaphragm contracts. So what do we do? What do we do? That's right, Lulu. America is broken. That's right. Only together can we change the system. The system is built to be white privilege. The system is built to be racist. That's why sometimes our parents don't believe there's racism, because they are just used to this. It's just we get complacent because we don't see the other side. Now it's our time to listen and see the other side. Here we are. So we're just going to inhale. All we have to do, the body's doing all this work. All we have to do is thinking of starting the air at the bottom of the lungs, because we can go up here instead. We can grab this, hold it, and just try to put air up here. Now, it's not going to be very much air, but it will keep you alive. So those of you who told me when we take this little breath here, let's try it together. Inhale here. Just think down. Release your tummy. Many of you have said to me, Mary, I just took 2 breaths. I'm so dizzy. Yeah. Those people who are dizzy, that's because when you hold this tight and breathe up here, your body isn't getting enough oxygen. So now suddenly your body's getting more oxygen and it has to recalibrate. Don't worry, the dizziness will go away. It's really fine. Just be careful not to fall over. So sit down, because if you hit your head and there's blood, that's not a good idea. We don't want that. So release, but we do have to release that tummy. How you doing? It's as simple as that. Okay? So now tell me, what are you aware of in regards to your emotions? I start here and go down. For me, I'm aware I feel calmer. It helps calm my nervous system. It helps calm me, and it helps me be ready to speak through my truth, whatever it may be. So tell me what you're aware of. What emotions do you feel right now? Go ahead and write them down. Emma Fox, I'm so happy that you're getting this. The body loves this. The body wants this breath instead of what I call the panic breath. So Facundo, you're saying you're getting relaxed. Excellent. Me too. I feel, relax is kind of like, and maybe you are. Maybe you're feeling a little sleepy. Elena Sartor, hi, darling. You're feeling calm. Beautiful. I think this it's really helpful. And in fact, I've heard some of the Black community talk about when they are completely in torment, they stop everything and take some breaths, because it's easy to hold it all and get jammed up here. Then we get out of control. Then we get in complete trauma and crazy. We feel pain, we may still feel trauma, but it won't suffocate us. Once again, suffocate. Yeah, this whole neck thing, if we're breathing up here, also as singers, if you're breathing up here, it's too close to the vocal cords. It's getting in the way. It's going to hurt it. Calm, I'm seeing calm a lot. This is great. Nervo frenico, exactly, nervo frenico. Oh, I'm sorry, I know it in Italian. It's also nervo frenico. In fact, it was an Italian doctor who told me nervo frenico. So Elena says she wants to cry. That's perfect, because you are connected, Elena, to what's going on in the world. You are empathetic. You have compassion. So you are already connecting. So don't clean that up. Just taking a breath, we're already getting into the work of Les Miserables right now. So have your tissues, just in these hours we're together, don't clean up. Just hang out. If you were on a film set right now, if you were in a film, you would have to maybe prepare, and maybe in 4 hours you would do your job. You wouldn't clean it up and go, oh, I'm just gonna, you would stay in the work. So I'm asking that of you right now too. So Emma Puscalau, wow, you feel released and you feel all of your emotions. Excellent, honey, excellent. So just hang in that. Laura, you feel at peace. Beautiful. So this breath just brings you to peace. That's wonderful. So Bernadelle, she's helping you, Paula. To the vagus nerve helps regulate blood pressure and digestion. So it's a different nerve, okay? So let's just stay with nervo frenico. Don't worry about the other nerve right now. Liliane, please stand up. I prefer that you guys stand, actually. Thank you for asking, because I see you all. Sometimes you guys send me videos where you're sitting. I'd rather you stand. Again, we're athletes. Did you do some exercises this morning? Did you make your bed? I did. Did you do a little meditation? We have to get our body ready. So that's why I'm standing with you now. I'll be sitting as well at the piano playing, but here we are. Okay, good. Surrender, release, peace, quiet, calm. Cynthia, beautiful. And you've always had this inhale, honey. You do very well. And isn't it interesting? We don't have to think about pushing out the sides. We don't have to think about pushing the back. We're three-dimensional. It's working. We do have to think about releasing the tummy, because those of you who hold this tight, or that you're dancers, we hold that. Or if you think you're, like me, lately I feel like I gained a pound or two, and I'm like, oh, hold it in. So we've got to surrender and release it. So that's the inhale. Great, Facundo. I'm so happy. All right. So that's the inhale. Now we're aware with the inhale of the emotion. This is beautiful. And now, as Emma said beautifully, she's feeling all the emotions. So we're prepared now. We're preparing ourselves to step into art. We're preparing ourselves for stepping into a truth in the song or songs we're going to sing today. This is a part of our prep. Now we're going to support. So we're going to support as the body works. What is support? Support is about protection. Write these down. Protection, power, and vulnerability. So protection. What are we protecting? The beautiful vocal cords. And this is important for you, Felipe. So you're going to understand what I mean by the energy of support. So the energy of support, it's like we're a tree. The tree has its roots, and then up above, the branches sway. Also, I'm from San Francisco. The buildings there, or those of you from Japan, our high-rise buildings are built to have a strong foundation, and the high floors above are built to move so that when an earthquake comes, that it doesn't jam and fall down. So we have to understand too that we've got our support, and I call it belly button down, and that this up here is free. Now we can jump right to sensory condition, which is on our emotional side, the acting side. And sensory condition is, Cynthia found a great one yesterday. They did it at the Susan Basson studio. Kind of cool. It was very cool. What I would say today is let's just keep in sunshine. Sunshine. So this is all in, notice I'm not saying just relax this area, just relax. It's not about relax. It's about sunshine. The molecules are moving. So I don't love the word relax, Felipe, right? Okay, cool. So thank you, Kate. Let's go to super belly button, honey. I love that you already know. All right, so protection, power, and vulnerability. So I always say to here I am on the 16th floor in New York City, and where's the support of this building? Right, it's in the foundation. So we've got the lungs, 2 balloons that need to blow up. We've got the diaphragm. The diaphragm, as you guys said so beautifully, is involuntary. We don't want to try to control the diaphragm. Unfortunately, some teachers say to. They say, control the diaphragm, support from the diaphragm. My book that I had when I went to grad school at the New England Conservatory said, support from the diaphragm is a folklore kind of messaging that people use. It's kind of like, it's just a folklore thing. We actually mean support from under the diaphragm. So I call it belly button down. So here's my belly button. I would say an inch down this little area here. Now, when our body sneezes, achoo! This is the natural thing the body does. Achoo! It moves in like that. Why? It's protecting your vocal cords from hitting each other, from getting damaged. There's the protection. When we sneeze, yes. When we laugh, ha 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 ha, laugh with me. Ha 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 ha. It's natural. Now, watch a baby. Do you have a baby in your life? Watch them laugh, watch them cry, watch them scream for hours. This is the energy of the belly button moving in. That's the natural way the body works. So we want to hone that. So what we're going to do right away, like the squirrel. Yes, Jess, if you go onto my Instagram, wonderful Bethany, her photo, it's Musical Theater Videos mom, Bethany, and she has a squirrel there, and you can see the belly button moving in, and the squirrel is screaming. It's so awesome. So it's just in nature. So go check that out on my Instagram page. Also, Setrakianators. Oh my God, I'm so honored that Shin and Migle have the Setrakianators. They know I love resonators. They put that video on that page too. So enjoy that. Okay, so we're gonna do what the S, just like the squirrel. So what's happened? Literally what's happening, guys, it's not just like, oh, do that and that's what's gonna work. What's happened is we inhale, the diaphragm contracts, it drops down, pushes aside the organs. We're just taking a breath. Now we're gonna work with these ab muscles around the belly button, that inch below, and we're gonna follow the diaphragm. See, not support from the diaphragm, we're gonna follow the diaphragm. The diaphragm is now relaxing and going up as we're exhaling air. We're exhaling and the diaphragm is relaxing. Why would we grab the diaphragm on the exhale if the diaphragm needs to relax and go home? It's not contracting anymore. It's relaxing. We're following it. So it's going to be what I call a swing. So try swinging it in. Thank you, Felicia. You love me. Laugh. Let's laugh again together. And you'll see the squirrel doing this motion. It's even a swing. It's kind of crazy. I don't know the squirrel's anatomy exactly, but it must be the same in nature as what we're doing. Now, what would be the emotional component of this? I said it's vulnerability. We've got the inhale, and now the exhale, I'm saying, is from belly button. Isn't it interesting that we are connected to our mothers at birth with the umbilical cord right at the belly button? They cut that cord. This chakra is also our creativity chakra. This chakra, the color is orange, and it's also a part of our sexuality and our creativity. How about that? So that inhale's getting us to our emotions. This is connecting us to our power, because we're going to connect it to our voice next. And we're going to be singing, do you hear the people sing? Just say that for me. Do you hear the people sing? And put that belly button, move it in. Say that with me. Do you hear the people sing? Inhale. Do you hear the people sing? And really, we're going to use an action right now of read my lips. This is good for you, Felipe, because you're used to just relaxing this. Do you hear the people sing? In this particular frame of these revolutionaries, these freedom fighters, they are announcing, moving their mouth, read my lips. Do you hear the people sing? Try that. Do you hear the people sing? Singing a song of angry men. Belly button. Singing the song of angry men. There you go. Do the S with me. Beautiful. Now notice. Oh, that's cool, Cynthia. Cynthia's saying she has a list of affirmations that are related to this chakra. Interesting. And affirmations are really about gratitude. This is gratitude. Our support is here for us to take it. And so many of you guys, this is also about vocal fry. For those of you who have this question about vocal fry, without this support, you can hurt and damage your throat. Now, you could maybe get away with it in a certain time. There might be other things you're doing that could get away with it. But in the long run, if you could, I'm not saying you will, but you could. I think of Adele. Remember Adele, one of my most favorite singers in the world. Her voice is beyond compare. And she went on tour 2 seasons in a row. First season, she had to stop because she had vocal damage. Second season, she had to stop because she had vocal damage, even after surgery. What does that mean? To me, this is my opinion, that she didn't quite have the support. I think she was told I think she was told to push down. If you push down, it's not going to quite be in the correct support, and it'll cause tension in the throat. Now, if she was just singing a concert a week, she probably never would have felt it. But she was on tour singing every night. On Broadway, we have 8 shows a week. You cannot just have like, oh, it's going to work. You know what I mean? So when I was working on JC Superstar, the fabulous Ben Daniels, he has this gorgeous voice. He never took a lesson in his life. He played Pontius Pilate, and he needed this information because after rehearsals, he was losing his voice. Came in, showed him support. He got it. He's such a talented actor beyond compare. But I'm just saying that this is how important this is. And then, and all of us have it. We all have gratitude that we have it. Let me read here. Have I ever experienced vocal damage of any level? So, and how did I heal it? Yeah. So when my father passed away in 2010, it was, of course, he was 86, so it wasn't a surprise, but was a surprise that a year later, we found out that he had written papers, and he wrote papers about our lives. And it was about my family history. It's about my parents as a couple, because my parents had a divorce. And he shared the truth about my parents' marriage. And I think he would want it to be public, so I can say it to you, that The day they got married, my mother told him that she loved somebody else. So I didn't know this growing up. So I found that out. As you can imagine, it gave me emotional struggles. I went to the throat doctor. The throat doctor, who's a great doctor, told me I had acid reflux. He gave me medicine. I didn't take the medicine because I'm very sensitive to medicine. And I honestly, my gut said it wasn't acid reflux. It was something else. I got into meditation group. I did a lot of healing myself, found another doctor who is incredible. It's on the homeopathic side. And he was able to find out that in my throat was a metal that I had since I was a little kid that was from secondhand smoke. So I think that got extra activated. Meanwhile, I was able to do a concert here and there. Teaching was fine, but I was not comfortable. I have now healed it with this doctor. I have now also, because and the other doctor, by the way, would say, Mary, your vocal cords are perfect, but everything around it is tight and freaking out. That's why he thought it was acid reflux. He said, your voice technique is so good, your vocal cords are perfect. So I went to another doctor who didn't know my history. He said, your vocal cords are perfect. So, and as you get older, maybe my highest notes aren't as high as they used to be. But other than that, I'm good. So that's my story. I hope that helps. So emotions have a lot to do with it. But the fact that I had such a good technique is that I could still do my concerts. I could still do 8 shows a week on Broadway. That would have been hard during that time. So there we are. Yeah, if your gut is saying, exactly, Jess, if your gut is saying, acid reflux, let me tell you, I think, Kate, you had acid reflux and you took the medicine. You went to that wonderful doctor and it really helped you. So some people do have acid reflux, don't get me wrong, but it does become the diagnosis that they give when they don't really know. So you have to listen to your gut. And then, I'm so happy that I found meditation. I'm so happy that I found really good diet. So anyway, let's move forward. But I hope that helps. Oh, good. I'm glad that I shared that. It's kind of a long story, but diet is really, really huge. I have allergy to milk. I have, which I've gotten cured. This doctor actually cured the allergies that I have, but I still stay away from those things because I want to be the best for you guys. I want to be the best and be able to demonstrate until I'm 103 with you guys. Because if I'm telling you what to do, I better be doing it. That's how I feel. Okay. So Pearl, you have acid reflux. So there is medicine for that. Also a lot of dietary stuff. So check it out with your doctor and listen to your gut. If you feel like it's something else, go get a second opinion, but you can't go wrong with, diet, exercise, and meditation. Those things are really, really good. Oh, thanks you guys. I'm glad that's helpful. I love to share my own stories as well. So let's get back to work. Here we are with our belly button support. That's why I call it super belly button. It has kept me, even through the hardest times. If I have that, I'm able to sing, even if the vocal cords aren't perfect. And on Broadway, you have to sing sometimes when you're sick as a dog, and you have to find ways. And if you guys have this information, you're going to be able to do that. Okay. Super belly button. Thank you, Jenna. Yeah, I'm really happy to demonstrate. And it's also, I still do concerts and all the rest, so I think of you guys as colleagues. I love being your teacher as well. But we're all in this together. So wonderful. Okay, so let's go back to the S. We're all the chipmunks. Now we're going to do what the chipmunk did, because the chipmunk does this and makes such a crazy noise. It's amazing. I'm going to share a picture with you. I never share my pictures because these are going to be in my book. So here's the exhale. The belly button, here it is. Christopher Gunn made this picture. We work together on the pictures that'll be in my book. So there's the belly button scooping in. See the sternum? That pops out because we have no tension here. So notice, Felipe, this is not held. It's not relaxed, we're engaged. So we're engaging the belly button, and watch the sternum. That pops out just because I'm connected and there's no tension here. Okay? So does that feel good, Felipe? Do you have that? Katie, I'm glad you love my pictures from last week. Yeah, you notice I'm not sharing them this week. I'm being very protective. I really am. So just, you guys, just don't do screenshots of the pictures, okay? Other than that, you can share any video. I love that you guys share some of the lessons. It's so fun, and I so appreciate it, kind of spreading the word. Felipe is one of the fabulous men who's on the chat with me, and he had a really particular question about support and releasing tension. And this is good for all of us. We have to understand support, but we also have to understand, like the tree, this up here is very surrendered and released. We're doing sensory condition of just sunshine right now. Now we're going to connect to our home base resonator. Now, here's the deal. Let's grab a drink of water. Okay. Now, it's true, you guys, we do have vocal cords in our throat. It's true. I mean, I'm not trying to say we don't have vocal folds in our throat. And that is part of your fabulous talent. It is. And nobody has what you have. But there's a quantum theory that says if we focus on a molecule, the molecule changes. If we observe a molecule, the molecule changes. So Cynthia and I talked about this. We talked about how, oh, vocal carrot tricks. Okay, I'll give you some vocal tricks, Cynthia. But Cynthia and I talked about how, now I forgot. Anyway, so we've got our throat, and we do have vocal folds that are working, and it's part of your talent. But there's that because of that quantum theory, we don't want to focus on the vocal cords. And this is what Cynthia and I were talking about pedagogy, about studying what happens, and about voice technique. Now, those of you who are young, please don't worry about how it's all working exactly. It's just to know that they vibrate is enough right now. You don't have to go in and study every little nuance. Now, I hold a master's in voice. So when I was 22, 23, I did study this, but I'd already had years of voice lessons, years of studying, years of at least understanding voice technique at some point. So don't get caught up in all of that stuff, okay? Hold on, I just have to remove something. Hold on. Okay. So we're going to put our attention somewhere else. Now, this is what I call our dominant resonator. I'm using my dominant resonator. My chest is vibrating as well, but this is where we're going to put our thought. We're streamlining what we need to think about, because we don't need to think about every single thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Hey, Taylor, no worry that you're late. You can go back and look. So this is what I call the dominant resonator. And what do I call this, you guys? The front passage. There's a whole passage here. Notice that it's in front of the ear. Notice I'm not saying sing into the back of your throat. I'm not saying sing into the back of your head. I'm saying that we are going to now resonate your voice through the front passage resonators. There's bone and cartilage all in this area, and they surround air pockets. Now, it's true we have sinus and all that. Some of you are like, oh my God, my sinuses, I feel my sinuses. What's strange is when the sinuses, if you have a cold and they're filled up with I'll say water, when they're filled up, the sound of your voice out here does not change. The sound of your voice in your head from your ear is going to be so weird. Do not judge your voice from listening to it back here, because you can't hear it. So right now, if you haven't done so already, before we start singing, you're going to put on a recorder and listen to it later. We're going to go for sensation of vibration in this area. We have bones, cartilage, and they surround air pockets, and those air pockets vibrate. So like this bottle, here's bone, cartilage, and there's air pockets, and they vibrate. And that sends out your personal voice, your beautiful vibration of your gorgeous voice. And nobody else has yours. How cool is that? So we have gratitude for what we have. We have gratitude for everything that our body is. And you are beautiful. I'm saying that especially to Anonymous. I'm saying that especially to Jess. You guys have to have gratitude for your amazing talent. Now, I know so many of you I'm talking to, too. I mean, I'm talking to every single one of you people and those who I don't see. Yeah, so I did just said, did I talk about the power section of protection, power, and vulnerability? I did. So we're gonna talk about it again. When I said, do you hear the people sing? That's the power. So now we're getting to the power that initiates, every utterance initiates from the belly button, moving in, and now it's connecting to your voice. So this connects to that. So the power starts here, just like the chipmunk. The power started here and she went, rawr, rawr, and you can hear this crazy vibration up here. So we're gonna initiate from the belly button. This is the power issue. We do the inhale, and we're gonna chew and feel vibration. Now, Felipe had said, but Mary, I have tension in my jaw, so I have to just relax it and do nothing. What I'm suggesting here to Felipe and all of you is if we chew, it's not possible to hold it. So, because you're moving it. So we're just training these muscles not to hold. The jaw and the tongue have to be very free. Now, this part though, the front passage part, all of this, the molecules are moving. So we want that vibration. It's not just relaxed. It's moving. You know, here I am at my piano, and my piano's still, right? It's not moving around. It's just still. But if I looked at my piano, if I looked at the keys under a microscope, all of those molecules would be moving. So this, we have to keep thinking of this. This is now your instrument, this front passage. We're moving our thought from our vocal cords are the instrument. This now is our instrument. And I got that wonderful term from Phyllis Curtin, who's one of the most important maestras in the United States. She was my maestra at Tanglewood, an incredible, important musical festival that's been going on for decades. And she's the one who said, yes, you have vocal cords, they're happening. But we want to now focus in on the vibration. So Layla, you say, does the water bottle represent the sinuses or the lungs? None of it. The water bottle represents the front passage. Bones and cartilage, and they surround air pockets. Forget about your sinuses. Your sinuses don't really, you can feel them, but for whatever reason, if they're filled with water, you're going to hear a lot of weird stuff. But they're not going to be a part of that nasal sound out here. This represents your cheekbones, the cartilage, and it represents that there's air inside. Who knew? Who knew there were air pockets all inside here? And those air pockets, like the sounding board of your piano, like a guitar, that you have the wood and you have the strings, and then you have inside all that air. It vibrates against the wood. The air vibrates against our bones. The air vibrates against this plastic and makes a tone. I hope that's clear. Yes. So here we go. We're going to connect our power of the belly button moving in to our instrument, which we're now thinking of these cheeks. Now, for some of you, recently, I've had some of you that have been you said you've been very forward in your nose. You've got to go open into your cheeks, into the sides. For those of you who know you have an airy voice, go forward. Think of it more forward. Think of If you feel like my nose is really nasal, we want to get all those beautiful cheeks in the resonance. Initiate here. You initiate from the belly button moving here. Is that clear? I've been told to sing in the back of your throat, Migle, for 7 years, but I think I'm going to get the hang of it. So for you, Migle, you can squeeze your face a little bit right now, just to get the sensation. If you were told to sing back here, just send it forward. Za, 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 mi-me-ma. Let's say that together. Mi-me-ma. And for you, if you've been told, like Migle told me, that she's been told to sing back here, you can kind of go nia, nia, nia. Try that. Nia, nia, nia. Again. Nia, nia, nia. Now, the rest of us who just don't want to go nasal, that want to go wider, mi-me-ma. Say that. Mi-me-ma. Mi-me-ma. Okay, so you guys are talking to each other. You're so cute. Okay, so now let's try the lip trill. Now the emotional component, and here we go from vocal fry. The emotional component. I had a student in Australia, and he was talking in his throat like this. This is vocal fry. When instead of resonating around your cheeks, that you actually put the words in your throat. This is very common these days, and it's called vocal fry because you're putting the words in your throat. So I'll get close to my microphone. So it's like, hi, how you doing? What's going on? And I'm here with my beautiful people. So that is your vocal cords actually rubbing against each other. Now the question of the gal who wrote to me, Amelia, said, is it dangerous? Yes, it's dangerous because the vocal cords are rubbing against each other and they're creating a callus, which is called nodes. And that's what happened to Adele. Her vocal cords, when she was singing I believe, without the proper support, that she had some damage. Vocal fry is different. That's when people talk in their throats. They talk like right there. Now, the emotional component of that is if you are talking in your throat, you're trying to avoid your power, talking in your throat like that. Now, I compare this to the Kardashians because I love the Kardashians. They're Armenian like I am, and very powerful, amazing women, I think. I think they really believe in good, and they've done a lot of good things, and I think they're powerful women. And I think it's hard to be a powerful woman. And I think the women that speak in their power are often put down, like Hillary Clinton. She speaks in her front passage resonators. Oprah speaks in her front passage resonators. Michelle Obama speaks in her front passage resonators. On the other hand, Kardashians, they speak there. Sometimes magnificent Lady Gaga, who is my favorite, when she sings here and with her chest in here. She doesn't sing in her throat, but sometimes when she speaks here. I personally think it's a way to diminish the power. So there is a component. Now, my student who is a male in Australia who was speaking here, it came out that he was trying to suppress his voice to please his father. It was a way to not be in his power because he wanted to please his father and not overwhelm his father. So he kept his voice in his throat. The minute we brought it to here, and this was in a classroom, by the way, he started sobbing. He sobbed for the whole day. And I told him not to clean up because all of the pain that was in his throat, holding down the pain, once he got out of his throat and put it here and let it resonate in his powerful place, all the pain of him trying to please his father came up. And so it's very powerful stuff. And I'm curious if you guys are feeling anything like that. I agree. Lady Gaga's voice is probably my favorite out of everybody. But I'm talking about speaking. And we want to take responsibility to speaking here. I have one more to say about Black Lives Matter in regards to the voice and the emotional component of the resonator. And remember, we've got our breath and our support. We're speaking here. Say to me, hello, Mary, and tell me your name. Hello, Megan Grant. Hello, Lulu. Hello, Paula. Speak out of there. So Megan is sharing that her partner has a woman has an intimidating amount of muscle, and she always speaks in vocal fry. So interesting to think that could be holding her back her power. This is piggybacking exactly on what I was going to say, Megan. I've had beautiful Black young men in my classes at the Susan Batson studio over the years. And many times, not just one time, every time, there's been one or more beautiful, young, muscular Black men. Every time they have diminished their voice. They might not be in vocal fry, but they talk like this. They talk very soft. And they talk, and you know, and I would say, okay, it has to stop. And the reason they were doing that is because when they walk outside, everybody's scared of them. Everybody's scared of a young Black man. Everybody is scared. And they know that everybody's scared. And so they are trying to accommodate us, white people. They're trying to accommodate with their voice. And I venture to say, Megan, your partner is accommodating others to not step into this greatness. And we need their voices. We need her voice. Oh my God, to be an Olympic athlete, we need all of that greatness. To be a great Black actor, singer, we need all of that, let alone just a man. So this is huge. So this is the emotional component from my student in Australia, trying to diminish to make his father comfortable, from the Black men trying to diminish to make white people comfortable, to women trying to accommodate to make people comfortable over a strong woman. Hillary Clinton tells the story of being, if you have Hulu, watch the Hillary Clinton series. I have to watch slowly because I get so upset. I can't watch all of it. But she was talking about when she was becoming a lawyer and going into, she was passing the bar exam. She has the test for the bar exam. All of these men came around her because in those days, there weren't any female lawyers, let alone females taking the bar exam. And all of these men surrounded her and her female colleagues and said, how dare you be here? How dare you? Who do you think you are? You're going to take the place of me. The Vietnam War is going on. If you get in, I'm going to be, and I don't, I'm going to be sent to Vietnam and I will be killed and it'll be your fault. So, and she said that we just took it. We didn't speak back. We just stayed quiet. So this is what's happening. And we now have to take permission for our power and have gratitude for who we are and be all of it. Every single one of us. And we have to, and by the way, Black people need white people in this fight. They can't do it alone. We might not understand how they truly feel because we get up and we go out and we feel safe, but we have to go in to empathy and understand. And we have to have gratitude and we have to take responsibility for our bodies and our instruments. Okay. So you grew up, Kat, with an English teacher and public speaker in the Philippines. So you grew up listening and speaking with authoritative voice. Well, I don't know if authoritative is a good word. Maybe just like with a passionate, strong, clear voice. We're trying to do clarity. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. S, S. Let's go to the lip trill. S, 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 do it with me. Stand up. S, so this is free, and if your lips aren't moving, it means you're not in your belly button support. So S, 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 S. Got it? Now, and if you can't do the lip trill, try the tongue trill. And if you can't do any of it, just do an M. S, 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 S. Tongue trill. Go back to the lip trill. S. Good. Now, as we're going up the scale, we're going up what I call the floors of the resonators. So what do? We just put our thought that when we go up, we're going straight up here. If you use an M, now notice I'm getting in my legs for the higher note. We need more energy of support for the higher note. So just doing this with our legs gives us more energy. Do a tongue trill. Go back to the lip trill. Bye, Doris. Thank you, honey. Thanks for saying goodbye. See you later. Okay. I know it's always like a big lesson before we even start singing, but you guys are so cool, and I'm so thrilled that you're hanging with me. So as we go higher, the physics of high notes is that the space gets smaller as we go higher. So let me show you. Rather than so here's my bottle. There's the water. Da. Great, Facundo. You know already the pyramid. Bravo. Here, I'm going to drink. The note was da. Now there's more space. Da. The space before was about here. Now there's more space. Will the note be lower or higher when I blow into it? Da. You got it, Cynthia. You thought high notes were supposed to be bigger. That's why you couldn't reach them. That's why you didn't have a big range. Now your range is spectacular. So Kate says it's going to be higher. Duh, there's more space, not less space. There's more space. Duh, will it be lower or higher? Lower or higher? Duh. Okay, I'm blowing in a thing. Duh. Oh, it went down. There you go, Kat. Exactly, Dahlia. Good, Marga. There we are. So the lower notes just have a little more space than the higher as we go up. Lulu is confused. You think of small space for a high note, you immediately associate with more tension. I think the back of my tongue and my larynx. I think the back of my tongue. Do not think about your larynx or the back of your tongue. You're just going for space. Think of vibration, Lulu. So we have S. Put your attention on vibration. If you think about this, it's the quantum theory that says if you observe here, it's going to change. It's going to freak out. We don't want any of this to freak out. Stop worrying about that. Just think about, can you do the lip trill, Lulu? Can you do the lip trill? Also, notice that I'm releasing my head. This, Felipe, is for the idea of no tension here. Notice that I keep talking about moving it, not relaxing it. Now, for whatever reason, Felipe, I saw your video and you really impressed me because you were so still and relaxed, but I could still hear this gorgeous tone. So that was cool, but I wasn't quite getting the story. It felt a little bit laid out, you know? Maybe it would have been a nice recording, but I didn't quite enter into your story because it became this relax of like a wall of armor. Like I wasn't able to feel the molecules. So there's something about moving, and I don't mean moving a lot. I just mean just knowing the molecules are moving rather than just stop, dead, relax. I hope that makes sense. So we've got the belly button. More space to vibrate, the lower it will be. There you go, Emma. Good. But Lulu, tell me what you think. Can you do the lip trill? Let me know if you can do it. Anonymous, you do this perfectly. Now, the higher we go, the smaller it's going to be. We're going to go into the attic. Try this, Cynthia. This should be really easy for you. Yeah, we have done the whole technique side. Now, as far as the emotional component for all of this, we speak on exhale, Layla. We don't inhale because we're inhaling air. We're going inhale, and then we exhale. Inhale, air comes in, and then we exhale. Good, Lulu. So if you can do the lip trill, do an S. Now just put your hands like mine. Copy me. Have the thought, which is enough, that it's vibrating straight up and going smaller. And release the head. We're training these muscles not to hold. If you release the head, you won't have to worry about your throat and your neck and your tongue. You won't have to worry about your tongue. S. Oh, good, Layla. I'm glad that's clear. So we inhale, and then the S is on the exhale. The tummy releases out on the inhale. Mimema. We bring this in and we speak, and then we sing. You've been swaying a lot and listening. Okay. So yeah, some of us kind of get a bad habit of swaying, but right now we're exercising. We can indulge right now. Right now we're indulging. And the reason is we're training the body. Belly button down is support. So swaying is kind of cool because you're training the body that this is your support. We're training the body that this is free. That's why I'm having you move your head down. Okay, so now we've got to go directly to the fourth wall, and we're gonna do our vocal exercises, and then we're gonna do our songs. But before we even go there, we have to go to our emotional side. Just to say, the high notes going up, what would the emotional content be? All I know is that when our composers write high notes, it's usually the climax of the song. It's the most emotional part of the song. It's really intense. So I think that smaller space as we go up, we're going to really honor the composers today. This is something that I wanted to say too with our past lessons, and I love that you guys are sending videos. I have 3 more lessons, so you can keep sending videos through July 1st. So just know that, okay? But you guys have been sending these wonderful videos, and oh, I just lost my train of thought. Oh well, it'll come back. I forget which point it was. Okay, well, anyway, it'll come back as I'm telling you the next step. So now we have our 4th wall, and we want to personalize. That's what we're going to be going to next. And it's so important. Gosh, I'm trying to remember what you guys do with the videos. There's something I wanted to say. Oh, well, it'll come back. Okay. Honor the composer. Thank you. Thank you, Elena. No wonder Elena's my assistant, because she remembers. Okay, honor the composer. Thank you, honey. So what happens sometimes is you guys sing the song, you do all of our work, you're in the front passage, you're sending the song, you're using your breath and your support, but you're not singing the melody that the composer wrote. Now, I know that's not easy all the time. Like Anonymous, you sent me one and it was like Stephen Sondheim. That Stephen Sondheim is tough. That you have to take responsibility, that was my word today, responsibility for the composer. And in fact, it's our job as the artist to get the clues from the composer. We then have to translate that into truth, translate that into our personal acting choices and our beautiful technique, and translate what they are saying through notes, through the sounds of the notes and the rhythms of the notes. We have to look at what rhythm did they write? When are we supposed to take a breath? What did they say to us? What are the dynamics? Is it start soft? Does it go louder? Does it crescendo? Now, those of you who have studied classical music like me, what you do is you do all the dynamics. You start soft and you get louder, and then you take a breath, and then you do the rhythms, and you do it all perfectly. But unfortunately, on the classical side, and this is my experience, and I think it's kind of industrial as it works, we don't actually connect it to a truth. We just do the intellectual part of the melody and the rhythms and the rests and the dynamics, soft, loud, crescendo, decrescendo. What I'm here to say is we are now excavating what did the composer say, how did he say or she say to do it, and how can we now bring our truth to make that story come alive. Yeah, then we can make our changes. I don't remember, Laura, what Patti LuPone did with shame. We can only really alter things with originating roles and working with the composers. Oh, okay. So you're saying when you work originally with a composer. Well, it's true. The composer will often take it off of you too. I worked originally with Jones and Schmidt, who wrote the Fantastics. I did several of their shows and worked with them directly. And it's always very interesting to start a show. But we have so many classic songs, liked Les Mis, and we have classic performances. Like Rent, actually the blueprint of Rent is the original cast recording. That's what they want to hear, are those breaths, those dynamics, those, but what we're going to do today is really look at the music. And as I told you guys, I was on tour for 2 years with Les Miserables as a swing. And Bob Gustafson, who was our incredible musical director and conductor, one of the most brilliant musicians. We lost him last year to cancer, which was just so extremely sad. Richard J. Alexander was our director, so he would come in and out. But Bob Gustafson was the one who really showed me this score and really made me understand what all those dynamics mean. So I really want to share that with you today in honoring him, really. Yeah, so Emma, that's great that your teacher had you deconstruct the songs. So what our teachers don't give us usually, and maybe you have one that does, which is fantastic, they don't tell us how to get to the emotions. They say, be emotional here, be happy, be sad, be this, be that, be strong, be powerful. But then we do an idea of, I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm powerful, I'm emotional. So what changed my life is when I studied with Susan Batson, who's still, by the way, doing these wonderful online classes. Many of you have been jumping in. They're only $20, and it's just a magnificent time to study with Susan personally, because let me tell you, she is hard to find. She's the teacher to the stars, and classes are only $20 on Zoom. And go to Susan Batson Studio or SusanBatsonStudioNYC.com, and they also have a Instagram page. Go take it. But anyway, just to say, when I found her, and she's been my mentor for over 30 years now, that's when I learned how to actually get to the emotions. So that's when I want to give to you guys today. I see, Laura. It was going to miss originally. Well, we're going to do shame today. Isn't that funny? To the E flat without moving up. Gotcha. That's really interesting. Yes, Jeff. Thank you for Bob Gustafson. Susan's last name is Batson, Batson. So I'll write it right here. And Susan Batson Studio, and Susan Batson Studio NYC.com. And just tell her that I sent you, okay? And if it's your first acting class, that's totally cool. Just say, it's my first acting class. Mary said to come over. Just do that. And you'll be doing a lot of the things that we're doing today. All right. We're an hour and a half and we're doing it. It's like crazy. Okay. So now we're going to organize our fourth wall and our personal true story to bring to all of these pieces for Les Miserables. Yeah, I would really suggest if you can study with Susan Batson, if you're able to do it, it would be really great. I can't say it enough. Only because it changed my life. That's why. It's just so life-changing. She can like look at you and just go, okay, this is what you need. It's crazy. It's crazy good. Okay, so let's have a drink of water. So our fourth wall, we're going to think about, do you hear the people sing? We're going to use Black Lives Matter. For me, when I say, do you hear the people sing? I look around the world at all of the demonstrations. Those are the people singing. Do you hear the people singing the song of angry men? It is the music of a people who will not be slaves again. Now, this is incredible because what the Black community is teaching us, those of us who weren't able to open our brain and understand it, is that 400 years ago there was slavery, and those systems are still in place. So in the 1600s, they would run out on the streets and they would have what's called, I think, a slave run. And that means a slave was trying to run away, and they would go out at night and capture them and kill them or bring them back. And what it reminded me of is my ancestry. I'm Armenian, and my great-grandfather was a freedom fighter, and they lived in Bitlis, Armenia, which is now part of Turkey. And the Turks had a system where they went out at night and grabbed the young men. And in fact, Hitler took these different ways of what the Turks did with the Armenians and used them in his Holocaust. So it doesn't matter if we're Christian, if we're Muslim, if we're Jewish, there are so many, we're all human, and it's happened on every side. So it's not judging anybody. It's just to say, we now have to come together and understand that a man putting his knee on George Floyd's neck and killing him that way is the same system of the slaves. So we are now going, if we're white, we have to go into the empathy. We have to go into the empathy of how does that feel? Because we can't know what that feels like. So I would like us to put the protesters on our fourth wall. And as we did with George Floyd last week, we personalized George Floyd. We said, who in our life, if we saw our beloved with a policeman's knee on his neck and snuffing the life out of him, what if it was our brother? What if it was our father? What if it was our grandfather? What if it was our grandmother? So we have to personalize. So that's on our list. We have personalization and fourth wall. So right now we have to go to the need. And what the need is the need is to be safe. The need is to be free, and the need is to be safe. Because our Black community, they have this need to be safe, but every time they walk out the door, they know that they're not safe. It could happen to them. And when it happens to somebody in their community, like George Floyd, the trauma comes up all over again. So how do we white people, how are we going to go into that? How are we going to understand that? All we can do right now is personalize as if it was somebody in our life. Or maybe you've had a trauma in your life. Maybe you've lost somebody to a murder. I hate to, knock on wood, I hope not. Maybe you can personalize something. I can use my parents' divorce. That was a war. That was a horror. Even though everything was fine and it was okay, and but inside I was traumatized. So you want to use something in your life that made you not feel safe, that made you not feel free. So does that make sense? Yeah, thank you. Thank you about Jay, Claire. Thank you, honey, because we're thinking about empathy today. So we're finding our empathy and finding something in our life that is a parallel situation. That's personalization. So let me just get clear. I feel like I'm being a little unclear. So personalization, we want to find a parallel situation. We want to personalize the people, and we also want to have the place. I think personalizing the protests around the world is wonderful. I think we can have those. Do you hear the people sing? Those are the protesters, Black and white and everybody coming together. That, I think, should be our personalization. Now the need, you go to a time when you didn't feel safe. And then I think we also have to personalize somebody who was traumatized. So that may be as if your father was George Floyd. Okay, perfect. Good. So now we're going to put on our fourth wall the protesters. I was out here on my terrace and I saw the protesters come by. I haven't been able to join them yet, but I saw them right there. And it's so incredible. We should all go out and be a part of that. So let's put those people, and maybe you've only seen them on TV, but I've seen them in New Zealand. I've seen them in UK. We're all here. So we're going to put those protesters that you've either seen on TV or maybe you've protested yourself, which is wonderful. We all can do what we can do. Okay, so we're going to do our S, and we're going to do our. So stand on your feet. Here we go. We're going to get into our legs for the higher notes. It really, you know, Laura, you're from Minneapolis. It's so amazing, Minnesota. So this is incredible. So the belly button moves in. We're releasing the neck. We're guiding it straight up, and it's going a little smaller each time. S. You're going to see the protesters on your fourth wall. S. So you're doing an S. You're going to take a breath as if you're doing another S, but you're going to attack and do the lip trill. So I don't want S. You've got to move it in. We are over exaggerating right now to get everything connected. S, S, N. See your protesters. You release and you come back to them. Higher floor, S. Now, we can use the hands. Now the balls are spinning. When we go higher, the balls spin faster. And we're going to get into the legs. This answers your question, Felipe, about what do I do between this and tension. We are going into our power. The belly button's moving in. You've got your legs, and this is free. But you're using your front passage, and this is vibrant. In fact, it does get tighter up here. We're not going to think about our throat getting tighter. We're only going to think about the space and the tighter space. That will be enough. S. Belly button in. In. Tiny on top. Really small. Release your head. Release. Release your head. Now we're slowly but surely coming down the floors, right? But don't give up on the belly button. Lower floors. You see here, you can really see that I keep attacking. It's like starting the car every time with a key. We're just moving it in and it keeps moving. Lower floor. Around your mouth. Beautiful. Now, Lillian says, may I put another protest as my fourth wall? Yes, you can personalize the protest. So I love that because what we're doing is we're personalizing. We want the one that connects to our pain, that connects to our truth. And so if there's another protest that really means a lot to you, yes, personalize that. Because even then, if you don't understand what's going on with this, you can understand the importance that it is, at least for them. If we can have empathy of knowing the importance of this and knowing why we need to change that. So we commit to helping it change. Because what happens with this privilege is, and racism is, we're used to the system. We know that the system works. Well, they're over there, but I have my education. I have my family. I have my college degrees. I'm doing great. They're over there. They're not doing well, but I don't really see them because, you know, they're not in my everyday life and I'm okay and it's good. That's racism. I'm not prejudiced. I love Black people. I'm not prejudiced. If I'm very kind, if I see them, I love laughing. I have my friends. But what I'm not doing is I'm not really seeing them. I am enjoying my white privilege. That's racism. So every single one of us, and I have to say I am racist because I have gone forward without trying to help change it. So this is where we have to commit now to saying my eyes are open. We have to change the system of slave running for the last 400 years, and we have to change the system. And we have to apologize. I have Armenian blood. I have white English blood. So I posted this on Facebook. You know, Turkey as a government has not apologized for the Armenians and the genocide. I was in Armenia a couple years ago with a film festival, and I asked my new Armenian friends, I said, how about your Turkish friends? Do you have young Turkish friends? Do they know about the genocide? And they said, yes. They come over and we are together and they understand what happened and we have friends. And we actually look a lot alike. So our governments can't say, how dare you, young Turks, be talking to the young Armenians. It's actually like they do understand, they've heard, but the government is trying to keep the people from understanding that there was a genocide. So they say it never happened. So there needs to be apology. We need to apologize to our Native Americans. We need to apologize to our African Americans. We need to apologize. And I don't mean say, forgive me. They have to decide on the forgiveness. But we do need to apologize. And what I would say is do it in your own prayer. Just do it in your own prayer for our ancestors, apologizing for our ancestors and bringing it to the light. This is my commitment. And if that resonates with you, please join me in that, because I think it's time. I think a true apology, I think saying I'm sorry is so healing. And then we can start anew. That's my feeling. Yeah, Japan hasn't apologized to China. There you go. Or to South Korea for the comfort women. That's right. There was a show off Broadway. One of my students from China was in it called Comfort Women. It was about that, all of that. Yeah, so Nahir and Laura, this is wonderful. I love having my Turkish friends here. The man who cuts my hair in New York is Turkish. And it's so wonderful to have that camaraderie, you know? But it's also scary because if my Turkish hairdresser goes back to Turkey, he would be killed by the government because he decided not to do the military, something like that. So here we are. Okay. Now we're going to all stay in our home base. No matter what your voice is, we're going to be doing Two You Hear the People Sing. That means there'll be a lot of head voice for the ladies. There'll be some higher singing. So if you're soprano like Emily, this is going to be your home base. For Jess and those you guys who have lower voices, you can be welcome to take, if you have to drop down an octave, that's fine. Or if you want to sing the higher notes and use your head voice, that's great. Men, you're set. You're just thinking of front passage and you're going to do what I'll call full voice. Okay, you're going to be always in full voice. So we're going to throw the ball, as you know I do. And we have to sing on vowels. So I'm just going to use some of the phrases. Do you hear the people sing? Throw that to me. Do you hear the people sing? Singing the song of angry men. Try that. Singing the song of angry men. Now, in this particular song, the action is going to be read my lips. Get it right. That's our action. So we've got the need to be safe. Now, we didn't do our sense memory. Shoot. To find that need, we have to go back to a time when we weren't safe. We're going to do that right after. Let's keep going. This is going to be to the protesters. Belly button. Actually, let's have this to the police officers. Let's put the police officers that were sitting on George Floyd, and we're going to speak this to them. Belly button. Do you hear the people sing? Move your mouth. Do you hear the people sing? Singing the songs. Singing the songs. This is going to be, will you join? And join, you've got to go join. We're going to stay on the open O. Will you join? Sing that. Will you join? Now we've got our S. So we're going to sing. We're going to inhale. My heart, that's all ah. Send that to me. My heart. Belly button, listen. Do you hear the people sing? Try that. Do you hear the people sing? Now to sing, as we get higher and higher, it's what I like calling a laser beam. It's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. There was some lyric about heart. Let me get that. Oh, when the beating of your heart. When the beating of your heart. Belly button. When the beating of your heart. Try that. When you're beating of your heart. Again, S. When the beating of your heart. Sopranos, really vibrate it. Really let it sparkle. Men, it's a tighter space. When the beating of your heart. Now, to get to the energy of support and this free, we're going to really step in. You better be standing up with me, right? Step in, and this is in sunshine. We are in sunshine here. So this is our freedom, and we're moving. We're moving, moving, moving. So belly button down is your support, and this is free. When the beating of your heart. Let the ah live up here. Here we go. When the beating of your heart. Now let's try it this way. We're going to get into our legs for the high note. Why? Belly button down as support. So just doing that does that. We're going to use our hand here, and we're going to understand the floors. When the beating of your heart. Remember, it's smaller. Try that. When the beating of your heart. Good. Again, S. When the beating of your heart. Smaller on top. Try that. When the beating of your heart. When tomorrow comes. When tomorrow comes is actually an ah. Don't get caught up in the ka. This is important, Miguel, not to go back. Make it really in the front. When tomorrow comes. When tomorrow comes. Move your head. Try that again. Going a little higher. Listen once. When tomorrow comes. Now, this is where you can move your jaw back and forth. Felipe, that's a really good thing for you to do, just to make sure that that jaw's not holding, which I don't think you have any of that. The tongue, everybody, is free. Don't let it pull back. When tomorrow comes. Try that. When tomorrow comes. Wow. How you doing? Now we're going to put it on the song. Okay. Okay, Jess, you go get a bite to eat. Okay. So here we are. Good. We're going to get into the need now. And then we're going to go right for, do you hear the people sing? So the need is a time that you didn't feel safe. Now, our Black community would probably be able to pick that from so many different times in their life, and they would pick the one that was the worst. What we don't understand, that they understand, is that they feel like this all the time, 24/7. It's trauma. So this is what we need to understand. We have to understand how they feel. Yesterday, watching that program for 1 hour, I was like, oh my God, I can't be in this pain much longer. Turned off the channel, watching Oprah and her panel, and thought, okay, now I can go to bed. Oh, and they can't. They're still in the pain. So let's honor that. Let's take respect for that. And let's have gratitude for who we are and what we have. And let's help. Let's help change this. So in order to feel what they're feeling, we have to now go to the need. Let me read what you're saying here. Great, Ronili, you made it. Oh, there's Felipe. Hi. Keeping the support there with the legs, neck movements, and the belly button help me understand what the energy feels like and why I'm confusing it with tension. Excellent. That's what I was hoping for you today. It's really important. You're singing so beautifully already. This is just the cream on top. You know, this is just really getting that understanding so that when you feel in trouble, you know what to go to. And again, we're exaggerating the body because we're athletes. We're getting it warmed up and ready to go for our performance. Good, Lillian. I'm glad that was amazing. It felt good. Excellent. Okay. So now we're going to go to the need. The need is what changed my life. The need helped me. And this is what Susan Batson will really work with you guys on, understanding how to get to the need. Because what happens is we go through life and we want to be happy. At least this is me. I wanted to be happy, and I didn't want to. I was kind of trained, and not because I love my family more than life itself. So, but it was sort of a training of, let's not feel sad. We're just going to be happy. So I put all of the sad feelings aside, whether it was my parents' divorce, whether somebody was, teasing me. I just covered it all. And so what Susan Batson's work helped me to understand is all those feelings I was pushing aside are actually my gift. I'm grateful for my pain and my sorrow every day. If I cry, I cry every day because I want to release it and not hold it one more day in my life, ever. Great, Cynthia. I'm so happy you're signed up. That's fantastic. Tell me how it goes, by the way. I'd love for you. Oh, again, so you've been there before. Wonderful. So let's go back to a time when you didn't feel safe. That might be when you were a little kid and your parents left you alone with a babysitter. It might be when you were in grade school and you didn't have a nice teacher. It might be that you were bullied on the playground. It might be more recently when you were at school and you didn't feel like you had anybody supporting you. It might just be a moment in time that was like this brief, like it was just a moment, and maybe it wasn't even true, but for you, it felt like you weren't safe. So we're going to go back to that right now. The need is a sensation. It's just the sensation of that pain. That's the sensation. Yeah, you've been, Migle, pushing your feelings aside as well. And for me, what happened is I ended up going to therapy. Therapy is wonderful if you get to the right therapist. If you don't like a therapist, don't go to them. Get out. But a good therapist will help you get to your true emotions. And that is very healing. And that's why I love this work. It's not meant to be healing, but it is. That's why I like it. It's so fun to be able to use all and express all of that stuff that we walk around with, that our parents and our friends and society is saying, don't feel that, get through it, push it aside. You're not allowed to have it. You're like my Black men, my Black students, in my class is what I mean to say, that they were diminishing themselves to just be okay, to just be, let me just be nice. I don't want to hurt you. Let me prove I don't want to hurt you. I will diminish my power. Meanwhile, kindest, most talented, amazing men that I probably have ever met, quite frankly. So let's go there now. And you're going to ask these questions to yourself. How long ago was it when you didn't feel safe? Was it many years ago? Was it more recently? And here you can even sit and close your eyes if you want, just hear my voice. Oh, great, Facundo. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Yeah, Jess, this is your chance to not conceal and don't feel. Now, the responsibility right now is to feel it. As an actor and as an artist, it's your responsibility to feel all of it. That's actually our responsibility, and how grateful we are to have and be a full human. What time of year was it when you didn't feel safe? Was it winter, spring, summer, or fall? What time of day was it? Was it in the morning? Was it in the evening? Was it midday? Was it the middle of the night? Where were you when you didn't feel safe? Were you at home? Were you out on the street? Were you inside, outside? Were you in a hospital bed? Where were you? Was there something about that place that you'll never forget? And as you're there, just keep open. Don't cross your legs. Yeah, that's right, Cynthia. Keep your hands uncrossed. Everything is open here, so you can have the permission for that. Good. Was there somebody in the place with you? Was there somebody there when you didn't feel safe? Or were you by yourself? If you're by yourself, just remember your behavior. Was there something that somebody said or did that you'll never forget when you didn't feel safe? Was there something somebody said or did that you'll never forget when you didn't feel safe? What was it that you wanted to say, but you didn't? What was it that you wanted to say to that person or in that situation, but you didn't? And if you said everything, what was it that you really wanted to be understood? You're going to say that thing right now, the thing that you wanted to say. We're just going to get it out. Use your super belly button. We're going to just go, whatever that thing you wanted to say. Let's say it now. Ready? 1, 2, 3, get it out. Where are you? Where are you? Why did you leave me alone? Where are you? Whatever it was, get it out. Go. Wah! One more time. Get it out. Good. Now, you're going to bring it back. You're going to bring it back. You're going to remember this sensation. That thing you wanted to say, but you didn't, that's the pulse of the need. That's going to make sure that you have the need operating in your body. It's fine, Tam, that you feel anger. That's right. The anger will get you to this feeling of not feeling secure. That's perfect. So just let the anger be, okay? Because when we're singing, do you hear the people sing? We don't want to, now be safe. Make sure you're safe. But the anger is fine. You just let that. And I would say scream through it right now, Tam. Don't hold it. That's like whatever you wanted to say, but you didn't. Say it to them now. Where are you? Whatever that is. Just get it out. Now, there we go. And then when you get that out, now we can keep that sensation and we're going to put it into the song. So don't clean up, okay? You're making all of this into art now. This is so cool. Really, 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 really good. It's okay, Marga. If you can't be loud because it's 2 a.m., just even whisper it. Where are you? I'm using where are you because that's my thing I wanted to say. Where are you? Where are you? You don't have to scream it. Just let it out. Bye, Lulu. You can come back and sing with us later. Okay. So now you've got the need. We've got the protest on our fourth wall. And here we go with Do You Hear People Sing? The action now. We're going to breathe. Do an S. Get your resonators. Do you hear the people sing? Say that with me. Do you hear the people sing? See the protesters? There they are. And you have the sensation of the need, which is the need to be safe. And now the action is part of your anger town. It's part of that anger. Your action is read my fucking lips. Excuse me for swearing, but read my fucking lips. This is now, do you hear the people sing? This is our time to be free, to feel safe. All that, all at one time. Here we go. Okay? And Catherine, even if you just speak the words right now, don't even have to put pitch on it. You can speak the words. Do you hear the people sing? So here we go. We are going, good, Tam. I'm glad you feel good. Use this in the action now. Use that anger. And when I say read my lips, and this is for you, Felipe, because your mouth was so still and kind of relaxed. This is move that mouth and bite into it. Migle, this is great for you because you sing back here. Now that bringing your mouth forward and having read my lips, that's going to help bring it forward and also connect to your need and the action to it's time now. I demand it. That's our action, is demanding it. Our need is suffering. Our action is demanding it. Okay. So Lillian, you said you don't want to scream, you're shy and insecure. This is just your possibility to be an artist. Michael Caine, who is a great, great actor, he said, maybe you won't go that far as a human being. Maybe you wouldn't do it. How about handing it to the character and see how far you can go? And right now, I'm asking you to just read my lips, even if you sing softly of, do you hear the people sing? Here we go. We're going to do it. Do you have the lyrics there? Get the lyrics out. This is Angeras, and then he's singing his solo, but we're all going to sing it. Then it's Combefer, and then it's Courfeya. I always forget how to say the men's names, but we're all going to sing it. You ready? So, sorry, we're going to just get the fourth wall, got the protesters. You feel the sensation, do an S. We're going to see those protesters, and we are going to say, read my lips. I demand change. Here it comes. Do you hear the people sing, singing the song of angry men? It is the music of a people who will not be slaves again. When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums, there is a life about to start when tomorrow comes. Will you join in our crusade? Who will be strong and stand with me? Beyond the barricade, there is a world you long to see. Then join in the fight that will give all the right to be free. Do you hear the people sing, singing the song of angry men? It is the music of a people who will not be slaves again. When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums, there is a life about to start when tomorrow comes. Let's talk about that and then we'll do it again. Wow, I was feeling that through the ethers, through the internet. You have to put your words on every floor. It's high. It goes to this really high place, and the words have to live up there, and you have to read my lips like that. Great stuff. How are you doing? How are you doing? Great, Emma, you did it. Did you sing the soprano up high? Wonderful. Pearl, good job. How are you doing? So let me just give you a couple notes. The first one, when Ancharas is here, do you hear the people sing? Now you guys have this fancy way of saying what note it is. I know you do this A, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm old school, so I say it's the A above middle C. So the A above middle C is kind of in this part of our front passage. Then we get much higher, and then it's going to be in here, and it's going to be smaller. We have to put the words up there. Support and words live up here. Wonderful. Okay, so Jeff, you're feeling a little mild strain. I understand. You have a beautiful voice. It takes a lot of energy. So this, we have to, you know, when I'm talking about this belly button stuff, you have to really commit to that. Jeff, you have such a, and I'm here to say, you have such a beautiful voice because I heard your links. So beautiful. And there's an ease. Doing a song like this, though, you have to really attack the support and attack with your mouth. You're going to have the musical director, Bob Gustafson, saying, I want every word. I want to hear every consonant. This is very classical. We do a lot of that in classic singing. They have to hear every word. Sometimes then later, if we're doing pop, we don't want to pronounce like that. Here we do. So we're going to do it again. Any other feedback? So JV, above middle C, yeah, it's going to start being a little bit smaller as you go up high. The second part of the song is quite high. Do you hear the people sing? We have to put it in, let the sopranos, it's going to be sparkly. Men, you'll feel this tight space. Do you hear the people sing? Singing the song. That's kind of in the men's place. The women, we're going to have a sparkle. Do you hear the people sing? Sing is very vertical, and the jaw, we have to get it out of the way. For you, Jess, just do it the octave lower. Do you hear the people sing, singing the song of angry men? You have a really, really gorgeous low voice. Yeah, it's actually easier to make it horizontal rather than wide. Do you hear the P? Do you hear? I wouldn't worry so much about the horizontal right now anyway, because it's more about read my lips. That's your action right now. Demand is the action and read my lips. So do more of that rather than trying to be horizontal perfect. That's for our ballads. Right now, it's just read my lips. Oh, good, Emma. I'm sure you love the high part. I'm sure you sound glorious. The female part of the song is supposed to be that high. This is chorus. The chorus is singing. And yes, I was in the show. I had to sing a high C at the end of this song if I was on for that part, or they have the lower altos that do sing lower. But most of the ladies have to be able to, all the ladies have to sing in soprano. So absolutely, it has to be high, just like I did it. Yep, that's how I sang it in the chorus. You were about to say that it feels wide, but I just clarified. Okay, good. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it being too wide. Just read my lips. Okay, Stephen? I can't wait to hear your voice in this. I bet it'll sound great. Don't worry about being perfect, Jess. You are so cute. We'll use just the action is move that mouth, open the mouth. I don't want to have, do you hear? You know, I posted some of the, if you listen to the original soundtrack, you hear every consonant. Do you hear the people sing, singing a song of angry men? Like, not, they really, we go for the T's, we go for the K's. It's explosive. That's why I love the action to be to demand. We're going to demand this. All right, got it? It is high, Pearl. You're exactly right. We have to put the words up here. If you're trying to reach it, do you hear the people say? Instead, we have to think, here it is already. Put the words up here. Let's speak it up there for a second. Do you hear the people sing? Say that. Do you hear the people sing? Belly button. Do you hear the people sing? Now we put the song. Now we put the words up there. Do Do you hear the people sing? We can't drag the jaw into it, though. The jaw swings away. Singing a song of angry men. It is the music. It is the, sorry. Yeah, I'm right. It is the music of the people who will not, really do the T, who will not be slaves again when the beating of your heart. Heart? Oh boy, we get an ah vowel up there. That'll be easier to sing. When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums. There is a life, got to get the F out. There is a life about to start. Lots of T's. When tomorrow comes. And we do the Z of the comes together. How you doing? Got it? Here we go, gang. Last time. You ready? We've got the protest. You've got the thing you wanted to say, but you didn't. That brings up your anger, Tam. Excellent. Let's go to that. Just, you can do it softly, Pearl, or wake them up and they'll be like, who's that beautiful voice? Okay, ready? And look what the composer wrote. That's the introduction. Huh, what does that mean? Tell me. Oh, maybe that's the drum, that's the marching. And that's going to be our previous circumstance. Our marching is like, we are here. We are here. So we are already in the story before we even sing a note. How about that? Here it comes. 1, 2, 3. Do you hear the people sing, singing a song of angry men? It is the music of a people who will not be slaves again. When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums, there is a life about to start when tomorrow comes. Will you join in our crusade? Who will be strong and stand with me? Beyond the barricade, there is a world you long to see. Then join in the fight that will give us the right to be free. Do you hear the people sing, singing the song of angry men? It is the music of a people who will not be slaves again. When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums, there is a life about to start when tomorrow comes. Wow. Yeah, the marching Migle is such determination. That's right. It sets up the determination. Okay, we're moving on to our next song. You can tell me what you're aware of. Emily Autumn, how did it go, honey? I'd love to hear your voice up there. I hope you're sending it. I hope you're sending it and that everybody can hear you through the wall. Marga, I hope wow means good. Migle is energized and it's 9 p.m. Excellent. Thank you, Emily. Here we go. We're going to now go to empty chairs and empty tables. I'm sure you're more than trying. I'm sure you're sending, Emily. I'm sure it's beautiful. And know for you, you can do more straight tone if you want. Keep knowing that you can go for straight tone. And I think that's going to even out your vibrato. Okay, so really go for straight tone. Mara, it felt great. Yes. Hell yeah, Cynthia. Excellent. Okay. Monica says she feels awake and it's 2:15 a.m. Oh my God. We are around the world. We're feeling grateful. I'm feeling grateful that we've come together and that we are standing up for each other. That's what a warrior is. A warrior stands up for truth. So even if we are not being hurt personally, we are going to stand up until everybody has what they deserve. Everybody, not just us. We are one. And the coronavirus gave us that gift. It's a horrible situation of people dying with the coronavirus, but we are now connected and we are standing up for each other. Beautiful. The Philippines is here. I love it. So now let's look at empty chairs and empty tables. Men, I really depend on you for this. Ladies, we're going to do miscast, and we are going to do the work with the men. We are going to use this for Black Lives Matter. So Marius has been the only one who has survived. Now, isn't this interesting? There's so many Black lives with so many names who have been killed by white police officers for no reason at all, whether they're being stopped in the car, and then the cop gets scared and shoots them because they're Black, whether they come into their house and a drug raid where there's no drugs goes wrong and they shoot everybody and Breonna dies just being in her home, whether it's George Floyd. There are so many names, and I am still going to do the homework of every single one of them to see who they are. I'm going to be grateful and responsible and do that work, do that homework. It's up to us to do our homework. We can't just keep going. We have to actually go in and do some homework. Study about it. Yeah. And I'd love to hear from my Turkish friends of what you guys feel. You know, how are you feeling in regards to the Turks and the Armenians? I feel both sides of it. I feel that my ancestors who came over for the genocide of the Native Americans. And I feel that my Armenian side had a genocide against them from the Turks. So it's so interesting that how we can all be on both sides. There's a story that one of my ancestors, the Native Americans wanted to take one of my relatives because she was a little girl and she was really strong. And what would have happened if we actually did have Thanksgiving and we did come together and we did love each other? Boy, this would be a different country. Okay. So here we are. Marius is the survivor. So it's almost as if we could say, let's say a Black man has seen all of his, or a woman has seen all of their community keep getting killed. So here are the community of the ones that were trying to do good and trying to move forward and just live, and they were slaughtered. They were slaughtered. So here, Marius is the one. So maybe some of us can go to, okay, I'm the white privileged one, and my brothers and sisters who are of the human race have been taken. So that's what I'd like us to go to. Now, maybe it's not personal enough. Maybe it's not personal enough, and we have to go to something even more personal. So go to a time in your life when you lost a very important friend. It might just be a friendship you lost. It might be somebody who did die. It could be somebody that did pass away that you feel that kind of anxiety for. It might be a family pet who was so beloved and you mourned so strongly for that family member. That's where we have to go. We have to get a parallel situation so we understand Marius, but we also understand the Black Lives Matter movement, that we understand that, well, wait, I didn't have somebody that is related to me. Yes, I'm sad. I see that. We have to get more involved. We have to have true empathy, true empathy. This is great, James. You already connect to it. You already connect to that truth. You know something about that kind of loss. So we have to go to that loss. I would like us to stay in the need to be safe. I think that's for the whole show. But what we have to personalize now is the loss. So do you have that friend? Do you have that family member? We're gonna put them on the fourth wall. Or if you want to use Black Lives Matter and put those names, that there are streams of names of those that have been killed by white police officers. That's just the truth. And can we put those people there? and really reveal the truth about what happened. That's what this song is. Yeah, Catherine, this song does have a lot of emotions, and I do wish there was more love in this world. And the way that we can get more love is you are that love. If you send that love through your heart chakra in meditation or prayer or just sitting quietly and just send that, it makes a difference. And if you live your life in kindness and gratitude, it does make a difference. So you're already doing it just by stating that. It's beautiful. So now we have our fourth wall, and we have your loss on the fourth wall. And empty chairs and empty tables, so we have a couple points. We have the loss in the middle. And the empty chairs is all those men were there. They used to be alive. They're not there anymore. So we're going to see either the list or you can see the empty chairs of where they had this communion. Then we're going to put on one side the past joy, the joy of your friendship. Like, let's say you're using a family pet. I know it's actually not pedestrian at all. It's actually really deep, because a lot of people in this time have lost their family pets, I've noticed on Facebook, and they are family members. Or you could be me losing, my mother or my father. You can, if that feels strong, you can put those people there. Or let's say it's a family pet. So you have the loss, the day that you lose them. You have the joy on another point. You can find another point on your fourth wall, and that's the time that you had to get together. When we get to the table in the corner, that's the joy. And then again, you have the loss on the other side, and you have the person or the family pet in the middle. So we have the person or the family pet, or the list of those people. We have the joy that we had together, and we have pain. Okay, so right now we're going to look at our person. We're going to walk through this. So there's a grief that can't be spoken. And listen to, I'm not a good pianist, but what the accompaniment is at the beginning is. What does that mean? That has a meaning. The composer is trying to inform us. So Marius is going back in his thought. He's going back to remembering his beautiful friends. So I invite you to go to the place. Your mouth is a little released and you're speaking these words. This is really a monologue with pitch right now. This isn't singing. This is a monologue with pitch. So men and ladies, here we go. And there's a grief that can't be spoken. There's a pain goes on and on. Empty chairs and empty tables. Now my friends are dead and gone. Let's pause for a sec. So that in the middle, that's the place. That's the place that was so special. So the empty chairs and empty tables signifies that place. Here they talked of revolution. So this could be a place that you had fun with your family if you're using a family member. The place. Here they talked of revolution. Here they talked of revolution. Here it was they lit the flame. Here they sang about tomorrow. And tomorrow never came. Okay, now it changes. And it says più mosso. That means it moves a little faster. What are they telling us? Let's see, there's going to be a crescendo. It's going to keep climbing and going higher. So now he's going back to his memory with these dear friends and their camaraderie in their mission together. You're doing great, Tam. You said this is too overwhelming. Your mind is denying to think about it. It's okay. That's the part of our brain that's saying, don't go there. And you're just taking the risk to go there. And if it doesn't, it's okay. Just see the person still. You don't have to beat yourself up. Just see the person, and that's enough right now. Beautiful. Emma Fox says, I'm fully invested in that I'm the white privileged person who is watching all my brothers and sisters of color dying narrative. And you really feel that, Emma. I think that's an amazing choice. And that's the choice I'd like us all to go to today. But if we can't quite feel it because we've pushed it aside for so long, we want to personalize the person so we can have empathy to understand their pain. I'm so happy that it feels like you're crying more. Artisan learns. I see all the people who deserve to live, laugh, and have fun, and then disappear like smoke. It's that's very deep, honey. Now, in the table, here they were. They were these alive, beautiful Black men, strong, beautiful women who had beautiful families, communities, doing beautiful work. From the table. Now we're going to go up the floors. So remember, as we keep speaking up, it's going to keep the words going higher. We'll stop there and check it out. Let's just try this. From the table is speak those words right from your mouth, and it'll be a little more sung now. 2. From the table in the corner. See it? See the place. See a world reborn, and they rose with voices ringing. Good. Now that's all here. Now it's going to switch to the higher floor. And I can hear. Men, try that with me. Belly buttons. And I can hear. Now they're all going to live up here. And I can hear them now. The very words that they had sung. Say that with me. And I can hear them now. The very words that they had sung. So we go from this floor to this floor. And I can hear them now. The very words that they had sung. We're going to come down the floors. Then we're up here again. Smaller again. They came the last communion. So it comes down the floors, men. Now, ladies, notice I'm not doing soprano right now. I'm keeping in my mixed belt for the men to kind of understand the tightness of the space. But for you ladies, you don't have to do high belt. It's okay. You can do the very words that they had sung. Now, you can come back down. Come back down the floors. Then we're back up high. In the last communion. Do you understand these floors? It's so crazy because we want every single one to vibrate in its fullest. It may feel like it's changing voices. Don't worry about that right now. It feels much different to us than it does out there. Let's try this, men and ladies. Now I can hear, so you understand. Now the belly button is more, there's more energy of support. Felipe and the men, James, Ron, more energy for the high one. And I can. It really sends. So here we go. And I can hear them now, the very words that they had sung. In their lost communion. Here we go. On the lonely barricade at dawn. Now that says piano is almost like it's suddenly gone diminuendo. Before that became their last reunion, and now it's soft. So what are the composers telling us? And then it's rallentando, means it's really slowing down. So we had this climax. It's forte. The very words that they had sung became their last communion. It gets softer. Then it's pianissimo. On the lonely barricade at dawn. So he is revealing his intimacy, his anger. And this is why, Tam, your anger is great, because you can get into that. The very words that they have sung became their last communion. And then he's revealing his pain and his need on the lonely barricade at dawn. He's just revealing the intimate pain, right? So this is how we are honoring the composer of what they wrote. We are looking at what they wrote on the page and we're interpreting. Beautiful. Yeah, Tam, he returns to reality. But I think right here, on the lonely barricade at dawn, I think he's really in complete pain. The reality of his friends are gone. That's what you mean. Yeah. Not reality like, oh, I'm back and everything's okay. No, the reality of they're not here anymore. Now he moves on. Oh, my friends, forgive me. So we have them. Let's just keep them center. And now he's asking for forgiveness. Isn't that interesting? I talked about apologizing, apologizing, and he's feeling guilty that he's alive and they are not. But I think we can understand. We apologize that we didn't understand your plight. We didn't understand it. And we need to apologize and move forward together and say, I will change this now. Yeah, Tam, the painful reality. He experienced grief. Yeah, he experiences so much grief, Dion. Is it Diane or Dion? I'm sorry if I'm getting you wrong. So now here he is. Oh, my friends, forgive me that I live and you are gone. There's a grief that can't be spoken. The pain goes on. And then it goes back to yet another agitato. It goes even more painful. So let's go from, oh, my friends, forgive me. So this is where you're apologizing. I'm going to put my Black Lives Matter friends, the ones I know, because I have dear friends who are Black. I have family members who are Black, but I didn't stand up for them. Not in the right way. I wasn't prejudiced. I love them. I told them I love them. I was kind. I did things for them. I didn't stand up for them. I didn't try to change the system. Oh, my friends, forgive me that I live and you are gone. There's a grief that can't be spoken. There's a pain that goes on and on. Now it suddenly crescendos, and now he sees the phantom faces. He sees that they are still here around him. And those that have passed on, they are still around us. They're here trying to help us. So here we go. Phantom faces. It's not that loud. It's high. So really let your anger, really see them and really speak to them. Here it comes. Phantom faces at the window. Phantom shadows on the floor. Empty chairs and empty tables where my friends will meet no more. So here is this fermata. Oh, my friends. This, he's sending the love. He misses them so much. And he's like, your sacrifice, you died for what? Nothing has changed. All of these Black men and women that have died, nothing has changed. In 400 years, there's been some change, and not this kind of systemic racism change. So really send. Here we go. Oh, my friends, don't ask me what your sacrifice piano where my friends will sing. Rest, breathe. What is the composer trying to tell us? It's going to be pianissimo, that the actor needs to reveal the intimate need that's not fulfilled, which is to be safe and loved by his friends. No more. Now, at the end, when you stop singing, that doesn't mean to just go close your mouth. To stay there, keep seeing your friends. This is a moment when you don't sing to really expose the unfulfilled need, to expose the pain. So that's a moment where you want to keep your mouth definitely a little released. We don't want to shut it. Keep it released. Breathe, see your friends. And that way your audience will come in and share your story and share your intimacy, which is intimacy. Diane. Oh, Diane. Okay, I hope I got it. Okay, Diane, not Dion. Diane. Okay. Oh, great, Megan. No worries, honey. Thank you for telling me you're leaving. Okay, shall we do that? I have it on my iPad. So let's stand up and do this, and then we'll do the ladies. Here we go. So men, we're going to, and ladies, but this is, of course, the man's song. So we're going to set up your fourth wall. Go to your need to be safe. And hear your friends, we're not safe. And we miss our friends. Whoever you're putting there, you're personalizing that. Okay. Okay, so I think this is going to work with a microphone situation. I have it a little further away, so it'll be in the room rather than right next to it where it's distorted. So I hope it won't be distorted. All right, so what I'd love is for what we always have to do with every song, you have to have your fourth wall set up. What just happened? To whom are you singing? You're personalizing it. And don't show me your feelings. You're just going to trust that it's enough. You are enough. You're so enough. It's unbelievable how enough you are. You don't have to show me your friends. You have to surrender and be. And I tell you, for example, Tam, you said, oh my God, it pushed it away. I didn't feel it. You just hang in it then. Don't try to make it happen. We're just going to hang in it. Clear enough? One sip of water, and here we go. Ladies, you can join us. There's a grief that can't be spoken. There's a pain goes on and on. Empty chairs and empty tables. Now my friends are dead and gone. Here they talked of revolution. Here it was they lit the flame. Here they sang about tomorrow, but tomorrow never came. Now pick the points, see them there? From the table in the corner, they could see a world reborn, and they rose with voices singing, and I can hear them now, the very words that they had sung. They came the last communion on the lonely barren Tell them, oh, my friends, forgive me that I live and you are gone. There's a grief that can't be spoken. There's a pain goes on and on. Phantom faces at the windows. Phantom shadows on the floor. Empty chairs and empty tables where my friends will meet no more. Oh, my friends, don't ask me what your sacrifice was for. Empty chairs and empty tables where my friends will sing no more. Yes. Great. What are you aware of? Wow. I'm so glad to hear that you guys were emotional before you started. So how did that feel? Great, Felipe. I can't wait to see your video. Send me another video with you, just without me singing with you, you know. I'm so happy. Yes, Tam, intense. Good. You're an intense actor. So you don't want to control the anger. You want to use it. Of course, we have to, you know, be responsible. We have to be responsible actors. It doesn't mean you're going to go, you know, punch a hole in the wall, but it means we're going to use it. So bravo. Great, Miguel. You're so moved. You're a mess, Jess. That's because you're a great actress. Beautiful. Wonderful, Pearl. Oh, good, Emma. I want to hear the ladies do this as well. This is amazing. Diane, heavy, awesome. Marga, wow, excellent. Can I have a little more water? Now we're going to head over to the ladies. And men, you're going to join us. I'm going to give you, men, your, you know, for our miscast, right? I'm going to give you your notes on how we're going to go forward. Emma Fox, that was amazing. Bernadette, release of so much emotions. Beautiful. Mara, awesome. Good, honey. I'm so thrilled. You were so in it the whole way through, Emma Fox. Beautiful. And there are a couple Emmas. Emma P, I don't always say your last name because I'm afraid I'm going to say it wrong. But you said it felt amazing. I'm so glad, honey. Marga, it was very deep. Yeah, this is the deep work, guys. And this is how you want to always connect to a song. And I tell you, those of you who are auditioning or working in theater all the time, this is what's going to set you apart from the rest. This will make your work stand out because you won't just be handsome or beautiful. You won't just have a great sound. You'll also have a truth that the audience will go, oh my God, and will feel you and want to watch you and enjoy every nuance. So this is great. I'm so glad, Emma Fox, it felt right. Wonderful, wonderful. And Dalila, was that a compliment for me? I don't know, but if it was, thank you. Okay, good. Yes, send me videos, guys. So far, so good. I'm not getting overwhelmed that I can't comment on all of them. But that's really going to only last the next 3 weeks because then I have to go actually see my family and do lots of things. So 3 more of these. Okay, we're going to the ladies. We're going to go directly to I Dream to Dream, and we're going to work only on the Tigers Come at Night, going through shame. Why am I doing that? One is because, as Laura taught us, Patti LuPone made, you know, she's the one that I guess invented that. I had no idea. But what I do know, this is about chest voice. And ladies, we have to be in our chest voice. Straight tone, Emily Autumn. Yes, I'm so proud of you. Jess is saying yes. And oh, look at your beautiful messages. Oh, Emily, well, I'm grateful that you guys are here. It's Gratitude Day from Sierra Boggess's Beautiful Light Lessons. So straight tone, Emily, perfect. Juan Luis. Oh, I'm so glad, honey. Will you send me a video, Juan Luis, of your version? I really want to see this. Oh, I see you're excited about I Dreamed a Dream. Okay, good. So, you know, we have a lot of people from around the world here. I've worked personally with a lot of Brazilians. I haven't been to Brazil yet, but a lot of Brazilians have come to my studio here in New York. Thanks to Bianca Tadini. She's a wonderful professional singer, actress, and star in Brazil. And she studied in New York for a while. So we did voice lessons, and she sent me so many beautiful artists, and she's a wonderful voice teacher as well. And also, I've worked with a lot of people in Australia and Italy. And the reason why I'm mentioning those particular countries is that I've noted in those countries that when kind of the general idea of legit and belt, often what the ladies are taught is mix. It's like, it's always mixed. Everything's mixed. There's never really a true belt, and there's never really a true legit. And what I want to impress upon you today is that we are going to look at our soprano, which we just did. We did a lot of soprano. Now we're going to find our true belt, not just mix. Now, don't get me wrong. Mix is important. We do mix, that's for sure. But what I've noted is people get so, teachers seeing, is what I've gleaned, is teachers glean that it's going to be, they think it's dangerous to belt. So they think that if I just tell everybody to mix and that's belting, no one will get hurt. Well, the fact is, it's not really belting, it's just mix. And often it sounds nasal, it sounds like not your beautiful, true voice. And that's what I'm interested in. I'm interested in your true, beautiful voice. And for the ladies, we have the option to do legit singing or classical side. We also have the option to do only chest voice. And Juan Luis and I, we talked about this last week with the men. Men, you don't belt. What I call it is that you only use your front passage resonators. That's where you'll think. We can call it full voice because you do have falsetto. That's when you go high and you can kind of flip into the women's ooh. Do that with me now, men. Ooh. It goes from your full man voice to flipping into falsetto. We ladies, we don't have falsetto. I know a lot of people use the term falsetto also for women. We don't have falsetto. I'd call it whistle register is the only thing I'd call it. But I'm old school. You know, I'm not doing the newfangled terms much. So if you want the old school way, just call on me. Okay. So men, we would call that full voice. You could also bring up more weight, we would say, but we'll never tell a man only sing in your chest voice. Women, yes, we will. We will say only sing in your chest voice. Oh, good, Juan Luis. I'm glad you're going to send me a video. I want to see it. It'll just be so fun. Emma Fox, you said straight tone is working. Okay, so Jeff, you said that Neil Diamond sings I Dreamed a Dream. Just so you know, Jeff, do not sing I Dreamed a Dream, okay? Neil Diamond does it. Some of the men do it. I was speaking to a student in Singapore recently. The only way you would do I Dreamed a Dream, I guess Ramin has been known to do I Dreamed a Dream. That is if you have a cabaret show. If you have a cabaret show and you've got a story going and you want to use that as kind of a special thing, like miscast, that you're miscast in this, okay? But don't ever do it in an audition, men. Don't ever even sing it for fun. Have it mean something. If you're going to do it, it has to be in a show called Miscast, or it has to be in your cabaret show, and you're going to say, this song, I don't care what Mary Setrakian says, I love singing this song, and I'm going to do it tonight at my show. Okay, I'll honor that. But otherwise, please, don't sing songs that aren't right for you. It has to have a meaning. There has to be a reason. I was talking to a student about Don't Rain on My Parade. It's a woman's song. It's Fanny Brice. It's Barbra Streisand made it famous. Not to say you're not allowed to ever sing it, but have a reason that you're singing it. Say, I'm stepping out of the box today. I'm doing something. It's like when Frank Sinatra doesn't do the diphthong right. He'll say, luck be a lady tonight. He sings on the E. It needs to be tonight. But Frank Sinatra can get away with tonight because he's Frank Sinatra and he can do that. Those of us who are just learning and moving up the ladder and going there, we want to play a little more by the rules. You want to prove to the casting people, prove to your audience you know how to cast yourself. So I'm old school. And again, you can break the rules. Rules are always meant to be broken, but you better have a good reason. That's what I say. Take responsibility. Let's say it. Let's put it like that. Okay. Do a miscast of just Gethsemane. Yeah, exactly. I would love to do Gethsemane, actually. That would be really fun. And it would be miscast, and that would be fun. Excellent. And Katie is saying the right thing. Don't ever do I Dreamed a Dream in an audition. It is up on the list of don't sing this song. So you just have to be aware of, because casting directors, just think about it for a minute. They sitting behind those tables. We only think of it. We go in and we've got our 3 minutes and we're like, oh my God, my audition, what did they think of me? They've been there for hours, 10 hours a day, for weeks, or let's say 8 hours a day. I'll just say 8 hours a day. For weeks, they have heard the same songs over and over again. They don't want to judge they want to hear something special out of you. Now, if you're doing a concert, do Les Mis, but don't do it in an audition. Okay. So Pearl, Ramin cannot do Shame well because Ramin isn't using his chest resonator. Ramin is just singing it out of his beautiful voice, and it's easy for him. We ladies have to learn to do it out of your chest resonator. Now, if you want more information, go to my YouTube channel, the series Master Voice Teacher Reacts. Number 4, I react to, I do I Dreamed a Dream. You guys, I'm getting tired. By the amazing Randy Graff. Woo! By the amazing Randy Graff. And I talk really about what it means to be belting. Okay. I didn't book Les Miserables until I knew how to sing Shame. Okay. So as I do these exercises to find your true belt voice for the ladies, men, I'd love you just to stay in your front passage and just sing from here. So we're going to do men. We're going to do ma. So men, do that with me. Ma. Good. Ladies, we are now going to abandon our front passage and we're going to only resonate in our chest. We're going to use our belly button. Ga. And we're gonna release this. We don't want any tension here. And we're gonna do tevia, which I'm saying, which is releasing our shoulders, and belly button. Let me see what you're asking, Emma. Talk about about process of audition. That's not for today. Getting your foot in the door, go to every audition. Get to know the people behind the table and just keep going to auditions. That's how you get your foot in the door. You go do good work and you go to every audition. Yes. Okay. Belly button. Ga. Do that with me, ladies. Ga. Again, listen once. Ga. Try that. S, ga. Good. All right. Now we're going to throw the ball under. Because we're only using this resonator, we're going to throw the ball under. We're going to say to shame, and we're going to open up the vowel only in our chest. Belly button. Listen once. To shame. Now, notice I'm really getting in my legs. That's really important. Belly button down is support. So let's try this together. Belly button. To shame. To shame. Try that. S. To shame. So it's only resonating here. Okay, let me see what you're all saying. Okay, you're just chatting. Okay, here we go. You can do Andrew Lloyd Webber if you get in an audition, if you get something that's a little more obscure. So I wouldn't make that a final choice. Okay. So we're going to say, I saw Ma. We're keeping it only in our chest. You guys with me? Get up on your feet. We got to really get into our legs, and we've got to throw the ball under. I saw Ma. I saw Ma. Try that, belly button. I saw Ma. How you doing, Cynthia? This is important for you to understand, to really get more chest. We sang a couple of songs that had a lot of mix in them because they were higher than the B flat. We can go all the way up to the B flat in only chest. And that is the point of this particular part of the song. It has to be only in chest. Okay, here we go. I saw Ma. So Migle, you're really young. This might be weird. So please, if it doesn't do it, don't worry. But I'm just gonna give you the information. As long as you have your belly button, you're gonna be safe. If it hurts in your throat, stop. But it shouldn't hurt because you're using your belly button, your legs, and you're only gonna resonate here. I saw Ma. Try that. Belly button. I saw Ma. Not I saw Ma. I saw Ma. Interesting, right? I'm resonating in two different places. Okay. Ladies, stay with me here. This is a lot of information. I want you to get it. Belly button. I saw Ma. Wow. Try that. I saw Ma. Yeah, it can even be straight tone. One more. Only chest if you can. Try to do only chest. Belly button. I saw Ma. Throw under. And try that again. S. I saw Ma. Good. That is the B flat of shame. Now, if you're feeling only chest, that's the deal. If you're mixing a little bit, don't worry. We're going to go over to On My Own, and that will be more mixed. Okay. Anybody have something to say about chest voice? Okay, Jess, you said yes, only chest. Good. So here we go, but the tigers. What I'd like you to use, we have to personalize the tigers. So the pain that you guys have been working on, we're going to personalize the pain. And this is going to be a scream, a trained scream. Now, the thing is, for this first part of the phrase, we don't try to push down into our chest. And this is for the men too. You're going to keep it all around your mouth. But the tigers come at night. Don't go at night. Don't go there. Just keep it around your mouth. It's going to vibrate in the right places. We as the singer just think about it around our mouth. Okay, here we go. But the tigers come at night with their voices soft as thunder as they tear your hope apart. So apart is around your mouth. Apart. It's very low for me, but if I keep it around my mouth, I can do it. As they tear your hope apart. Good. Now we're going only shame. We're going to try it a little bit lower, and we're going to go all the way up. So let's try it here. As they turn your dream. Try that in your chest. As they turn your dream. Now we're going to go up shame, and we're going to shake it out. Shame. We're not up high yet. Try that. Keep it only your chest. Try it here. Belly buttons. We're shaking it out because we don't want any tension. And then you can just go shame. Make it heavy. Make it full voice men. Like for me, and it sounds easy. For us ladies, only chest. Belly buttons. Shame. Good. Now, a little bit higher, only chest. It's weird because we're just letting it stay here. And the body can do this. Once we get above the B flat, it will mix. But B flat, we can all do in only chest. So please understand, that's how the body is made. There might be a couple of you, maybe Jess, it might be a little bit too high because you have such a low voice. But everybody else, this is where we can do chest voice too. Okay. Here it comes. Only chest voice. S. S. Shame. Good. Now you're going to see the person who made you feel shame, because we have to scream to that person. When you add the emotional content and the personalization, then the technique becomes easier because it has a purpose. So we have to keep it in this resonator. Yeah, Katie, you might be really too young for this. Do you have your support? If you have your support, you'll be okay. Here we go. So see the person, and we're going to yell. This is trained screaming, but we're still going to do the exercise. Men, just sing it from here, full voice, full voice. It still goes up, men, like a pyramid. Ladies, don't even worry about the pyramid. Keep it in your chest. Here we go. And scream to the person who made you feel shamed. S. S. Shame. Okay. Now you have the tigers. The tigers are the thing that are just so painful. And the person who made you feel shame, we're going to do it now all the way there. Good that you have your support, Katie. You're set. Let's see if we can keep everything in our chest voice, except the beginning of this line, keep it around your mouth. And then as you go up shame, only chest. I have to have a drink of water. Okay, here we go. But the tigers, they're the tigers on your fourth wall, and the person that made you feel like shame, you're going to throw from under. Here we go. But the tigers come at night with their voices soft as thunder as they tear your hope apart. Only chest, breathe. As they turn your dream to shame. God, Migle, you just did it for the first time. You got it. There you go. Brave, bravi. Now we're going on to On My Own. You ready? Your favorite? We're going to end with On My Own. Okay. Now, men, this is miscast. You get to enjoy it. And what we need to do now is to connect. Julia's crying. Wonderful. Emily Autumn, I want to see the video. Amelia, you did it. Amazing. Laura, you haven't sung this in years and it feels easier than ever. I love it. Great, Jenna. Dearness Dark. I can't wait to hear yours. You are such a freaking talent. Felicia, you feel you're losing control to hold your chest voice when you sing shame. So the word is you don't have enough support. Yeah. And also you're using the word hold. You have to let it rattle here. Don't try to hold it there. Just expect it here and use your support. And don't let it rise. I understand what you mean by, hold it down, but see if you can instead just let it rattle only in your chest. And it takes practice, so don't worry. I'm glad. And yes, your support's so important. This is it, Migle. You get to do On My Own because your performance got canceled. Julia, you said straight tone. Is that good? Oh, you did straight tone. That's fine with me. As long as in the chest, love it. And in fact, On My Own, and we're going to do that right now. And although I know that he is blind, that is straight tone, and there's a mix in it, but just think about only chest. So we have to have our person. You have to have your Marius. So Eponine is in love with Marius, and he doesn't know, and he loves Cosette. He likes Eponine as a friend, but they're never going to be together. So we want to choose somebody in your life that you want to be close with, and they're not doing it. It could be a friend. It could be somebody you have a crush on. It could be a boy, a girl. It could be even just a friend that you want to feel close with, and they're not there for you like you want them to be. So that's what this song is. Yeah. So let's pick that person who is blind to how wonderful you are, and you want them to be in your life in a much more present way, and they're just not. Yeah, I think it really is a favorite, isn't it, Clarissa? And yes, Katie, we can relate to this. So this is great. So you've got the person. That's the most important thing to have right now. Now let's do the belting to. So we're going to throw the ball under. And although I know that he is blind, and although. Now we're going to do it under. Or do it a little lower, belly button. And although, try that with me, only in your chest. And although, now belly button, I know that he is blind. So you're going to throw under. I know that he is blind. Now it can be straight tone, belly button leading it. Emily, this will be great for you straight tone, Emily Autumn, but we should all do it straight tone. Now let's try it here. It's going to go into a laser beam from under. It will be smaller, but it'll be a laser beam from under. Belly button. And although, men, you're just singing right here. And although I know that he is blind. Now, you can use a man, you can use a woman, you can use whatever you want, whatever works for you. So belly button under. Please get up and step in with your legs and swing from under. S. And although, breathe. I know that he is blind. Want to try it again? And although, breathe, I know that he is blind. So you can use your finger. It's going to go from under. Blind. How you doing? Yep, you're getting it. This is great. So we're running out of time. We've been over 3 hours. So let's drop into the work. We've got our person, which is great. Now we have to have the place, because she sings in the beginning, on my own, pretending he's beside me. She starts in this beautiful dream. Oh, dream. That's what I'm wearing. Dream. She's in this beautiful dream of them together. She's in her fantasy. She's outside. She's been on the barricade. She's in this horrible place, but she sees the rain. The rain is so beautiful. And the pavement that's usually filled with like horrible revolution is shining like silver. So you have to find your place with that person. Was there a place when you actually had a really cool time? Or if you never even had time together, could you imagine a place that you could be with that person? So now we're personalizing the person, the situation. We have a parallel situation. We have the exact person. And now you have the place. And for the overall sensory condition, we're going to use the hug, like this person giving you the most beautiful hug. And you feel so close to them and you want them to hug you and hold you. Eponine wants to be taken care of so much. That's also about feeling safe, isn't it? So this whole musical has, and what we are in right now is about feeling safe. That's the need. Great, Jeff. Thank you for joining me here. No worries. Men, if you want to keep joining me with this, you can use your own and just sing in your beautiful front passage. I just have to talk to the ladies about the chest voice. Okay. Okay, good. So here we are. We're going to go through the beginning. And I can't play the piano well, but it's something like, it's all tinkly up here. It's because it's midnight where she is. She's in the middle of the night and she's all by herself. But he's there and he's friendly to her. Now she's dreaming about this relationship and what it could be. So stay in the sensation of the hug. This is for all men and women, just the same idea of how to do the work. Men, you're just going to sing from the front passage. Ladies, this is actually the beginning. This is very mixed. The beginning is all like monologue with pitch. This is our talky place. Some people say speech level. I don't really love that. I just say talky. So it's our talky place. I don't mind speech level, but they have other things that come with it, like thinking about your throat. I don't want you to think about your throat. I just want you to think about the words speaking from the lowest floor, which is around your mouth. Yeah, so instead of sunshine, instead of sunshine, I'm actually asking you to use the hug. Like pretend this person is giving you a hug. Can you do that right now? So you could use the moon as well, the sparkle of the moon, but I want you to go into this feeling of a hug. She wants a hug so badly. So she's just feeling the sensation of the hug through the whole song. Okay? Oh, good, James. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, you can sing this too. I love it. Okay, so here we go. We're in our place. Do you have your place? Now, you don't have to act this. You don't have to show us you're feeling anything. Just see the beautiful place. Do you have your place? Do you know which street you're on? Maybe you're on a beach. Maybe you're on someplace outside with this person. Hopefully a particular place you've been with this person before. So now we're just speaking from there. On my own, pretending he's beside me. all alone. I walk with him till morning. Without him, I feel his arms around me. This is a place you can actually put your arms here and feel the hug. And when I lose my way, I close my eyes and he has found me. Good. Now you see the place. Have the rain over here and the pavement over here. And if you just see it, that's enough. If you want to reach to it, you can. But organically, if you want to, go. And if you don't, just see it. That's enough. Here we go. In the rain. In the rain. The pavement shines like silver. Go over there. All the lights are misty in the river. In the darkness, the trees are full of starlight, and all I see is him and me forever and forever. So you're just feeling the sensation of the hug, even here. And all I see is him and me forever and forever. Sing that and feel the hug. And all I see is him and me forever and forever. Now, Bob Gustafson from Les Miserables told me, this is where suddenly the story changes. She's been in this beautiful dream. It's so lovely. Now, reality. It is in her mind. She is alone. She feels abandoned. She has no parents. She has no home. She has nothing. So now you're going to the reality that this person isn't giving you the attention that you want. You are completely alone. So we're going to really go for our chest here. This is why I think Boublil and Schoenberg wrote this in chest. They didn't make her a soprano because they wanted her pain. I think the chest voice is closer to the heart chakra. So there's something about the pain of singing in this heart chakra. Isn't that crazy? Good. So now we had beautiful, beautiful. Now change. Only in your chest, sing all this. And I know it's only in my mind that I'm talking to myself and not to him. So here we go. Would you stand up and throw the ball? Let's do it together. And although breathe, I know that he is blind. Good, let's do it again. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. And although breathe, I know that he is blind. Still I say, there's a way for us. Okay, so she says still there's a way for us. She is still believing in the dream, the shirt I'm wearing. So she goes to the end of the world to say, if I could only have him. And what's crazy is later she dies in his arms. So she actually gets her dream. She gets to die in the arms of her love, which is probably the best thing that could have ever come to light. Dying is not what she wanted, but to die in the arms of her love. She is, we as the actor now understands what her journey is. So we have to understand this is her commitment. I want this person however I can get him. So here we go. I love him. She's confessing her love. So open heart. We are confessing our love. Oh, that's where the chakra lives, in our chest. Cool. Isn't it fun, Emma? Yeah, it's so fun to be in the pain. It's really fun. So here we go. You are confessing your love to whomever you have chosen. It can be a secret. You don't have to tell anybody who it is. Just confess. Here we go. Only in your chest. I love him, but when the night is over, he is gone. The Now, what's so interesting is that whole passage was under a B flat, except for when the night is over. Now, for you, Cynthia, this is really easy. Remember, we were doing this stuff yesterday or Monday. So when the night is over, this is vertical, Jess. You do want to get this vertical way. Keep as much chest in it as you can. It will mix, but we have to do smaller. Belly button. When the night is over. And then go back. Great, Cynthia. I know you get this. So chest, chest. It's going to mix for a minute. Come back to full chest. Don't go, when the night is over, he is gone. When the night is over. Keep it in your chest on those low notes. Yeah, it does take practice, Felicia. It's just learning. This is what I mean about we have to practice the chest voice. We have to practice with that resonator. And what I'm excited for you, Cynthia, is those two songs that you sang were so perfect. But I want to make sure that you know the full chest as you go forward. So understand, those who read music, B flat is possible to do in full chest. Now we're going to go into this part where when every day I'm learning all my life, I've only been pretending. So this is going to go into mix, but keep entering from under. So it doesn't go, only been pretending. That's our legit. We have to go from chest under. Men, you can do it in your front passage and you can add more weight, but you don't have to worry so much of how we have to worry. We have to do this. Okay, perfect. So here we go. We're moving forward. I love him. 1, 2, 3. I love him. Chest. But when the night is over. Oh, no, I'm sorry. But I love him. Every day I'm learning. My fault. So now going forward. All my life. Keep all my life in full chest. That's an A. Then it goes B natural. That's actually mixed. So keep going from under, but make sure that the first note is in full chest. If you flip it, all my life, it doesn't sound like the style of the song. It sounds like legit. I've only been pretending all my life. I've only been pretending. Let's try it. I love him. I love him. But every day I'm learning all my life. I've only been pretending. Good. So this is really tight. Now, for those ladies who want to try this. All my life, I've only been pretending. So that's going into this higher realm, and there's no chest in it. It's just being really strident up there and taking away the overtones. We go up to an E, so it's got this sort of strident yin feel. All my life, I've only been pretending. Cynthia, that should be easy on you because as long as you squish it, it'll just be where your legit lives, but you're not doing the overtones. Been pretending. Clear enough? And if you don't understand it, don't do it. Just do the other one. Here we go. All my life. All my life, I've only been pretending. I knew that would be easy for you, Cynthia. Great. Now back to chest. Without me, his world will go on turning. Now notice I'm saying not turning. We're going to go into the chest. The world is full of happiness that I have never known. Now known is a C. This is the note that some people have the talent. For me, it's the hardest note from where I am. But if you throw under, we'll get a little bit of chest in it and you'll be fine. If you flip on top, it'll sound like soprano and it won't be fine. Now, just a side note, for singers like Lea Salonga, and I heard you guys talking about Oh, Liz Calloway. I heard you talking about Liz Calloway. They have these natural Broadway belt voices that do this automatically. Lea Salonga, I don't even think she thinks about it. Her voice just does that. But for those of us who really have soprano versus chest, and I would include everybody in here today, Cynthia, you have that soprano versus chest, and not just kind of this mix that sounds more belty. We really want to do this as much as we can. Without me, this world will go on turning. Breathe. The world is full of happiness that I have never known. So, world full of happiness, only chest, and known. Go under like that. What do you think? You want to try that? Let's go a little lower for a second. Belly button. This is only chest. The world is full of happiness that I have never known. That's going to be easier in the chest. Try that. The world is full of happiness that I have never known. Now it's going to mix more. We're going to go to the real key. But try to keep as much of that chest in it. And it's going to do this. And you're going to go from under. The world is full of happiness, breathe, that I have never known. Got that? You can try it on your own. So, Migley, you said this is an easy song. You probably have a voice that's more like a Broadway voice, but isn't this fun to get more of the resonance in your chest? It's really helpful. Good, Cynthia. I'm glad you recorded it. Okay, here we go. We're going to do it. Oh, and then I love him. Yeah, you're right. Here we go. Now, I love him. I don't care where this resonates. What I care about is you're speaking it, and it's 3 different ways of saying I love him. So you see your person, if it's a him or a her, it doesn't matter. You say, I love him, I love him, I love him, but only on my own, which means I am exposing my need and you're exposing your pain. 3 different ways. I love him. I love him. I love him. But only on my own. This should be straight tone and just talky mix, not soprano. Okay. So what are you saying? Really big change doing the last note with mixed voice. So much better. Yay! Yes, it's really important to have that. God, on our tour, we had the most magnificent eponines. They could do that like it was just so gorgeous. So that's where we're trying to go for. Yeah, we don't, Migle says that she's always sang it more in legit, but it doesn't have the same emotions the chest voice has. Exactly. And remember, we are being true to the composer. They wrote Cosette in that sparkly soprano, and they wrote Eponine and Fantine in their big chest voice. So I'm teaching you guys how to get to this chest resonator, because like I said, many teachers just say, mix everything, mix it, mix. So but you see how we're safe because you have your belly button, you're safe because your chest is resonating. Okay, so should we do it with a recording, or do you want me to play the piano? I have the recording, so why don't we do that? Yeah, the song has so much power in your, this is again, power, the power of the resonator. Amazing. And it's again, your heart chakra, it's sharing your heart. Good. I am so happy, Jess, that you are busting the myths of people saying you couldn't sing. Fuck them, and this is your time. So, and I heard your voice. Karen Carpenter, yeah, look out. Your voice is magnificent. So no more of those thoughts. Migla, you're so sweet. You love my piano playing. Oh, Bianca Tadini, send kisses back to her. Okay, so recording. All right, so I'm going to do the recording because Elena told me to, and I love Elena. Also, that means I can be with you guys. So what I'll do is, how's it going with the recording, Elena, with the sound? Was it okay? Oh, so I can sing with you. Okay. Don't worry, we're not starting yet. No. Okay. So, yeah, my cursing. I'm glad you like me cursing. It's all good. It's just so that we have permission. We have permission to go to all these places, you guys. This is our art. And as Michael Caine said, you have permission to go further than you would as a human. We get to step into Eponine. We get to give all of it to Eponine. And she is so sensitive, and she is out there with the revolutionaries. And she is there doing her work. And she is one of those people, like in the Black community, that was just walking by, one of those kids that was walking by and gets shot by gunshot of somebody who just happens to be having a fight with somebody else. So this is also telling so many stories. It's so important. Okay. So what do? We set up our fourth wall. We make sure we're hydrated. We have our person. Everybody hug yourself. Feel the sensation of the hug. I have been hugged by only 2 people in quarantine. Elena came over yesterday to help me with, as my assistant. I got to hug her as my friend and say hello. I got to go to my chiropractor. She gave me a hug. That's 3 months, 2 hugs. That's it. So feel the sensation of the hug of somebody you're in love with. If you can use somebody you're in love with, even better. But whatever, or if you just a friend or somebody that you need, that works too. So the hug is always present. And we have moments where we get to even talk about the hug in the text. Okay. Virtual hugs, that's right. Okay, you ready? So we have our fourth wall, place. Place is really important. You have the place of on my own. Yeah? Good. And we have the person to whom you want the attention from whom you want the attention. Thank you for the hugs. We all feel the hugs? Yes, good, hugs. So we're in the sensation. So Felipe, if you're still with us, this is part of the release that I'm talking about. So you don't have to just go, I'm relaxed. It's no, I'm releasing into the sensation of the hug. And this is vibrant for the men. You keep this vibrant. Ladies, we're more focused on the chest and our talking place. This beginning in the stuff in the beginning, it's mixed talking. You're just speaking your truth, and notes happen to be coming. And we're doing exactly the rhythms because they're trying to help us know what rhythm the speech is in. On my own, pretending he's beside me. That's all. Okay. Here we go. You ready? This is it. Last time. On my own, pretending he's beside me. All alone, I walk with him till morning. Without him, I feel his arms around me. And when I lose my way, I close my eyes and he's found me. In the rain, the pavement shines like silver. forever. And I know it's only in my mind that I'm talking to myself and not to him. Feel the ball if you want. And I know that he is blind. Still I say there's a way for us. I love him. But when the night is over, he is gone. The river is just a river. Without him, the world around me changes. The trees are barren everywhere. The streets are full of strangers. I love him, but every day I'm learning. All my life I've only been pretending. Without me, his world will go on turning. A world that's full of happiness that I have never known. I love him. I love him. I love him. But only on my own. Are you crying? I am. How you doing? Oh my God. How you doing? Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. All right. Wow. I am grateful. I am grateful. I'd love to have my person, you know, but I'm grateful. Even if I don't. So, well, thank you for the compliment, but this is all for you guys. I really want you guys to take this information and make it your own. You know, I'm here to help, but this is your journey, and I want you to have your journey. Great, Emma, you were connected, honey. Wonderful. And Emma Puscalau. Yes. I'm so happy. It's okay. The high notes will come. My teacher used to say, in order to sing high notes, to learn to sing high notes, you have to sing high notes. So we are singing high notes with the right support. Yes. Yeah, Elena, perfect. I miss my dad too. I'm glad you're using your dad. You know, Susan Batson always shares that she uses her dad for everything. So thank you, Casey. Thank you for being here. Yeah, do we all feel the hugs? We all feel the hugs. Oh, thank you, Bernadette. I'm grateful for you guys. I'm really grateful to have this platform and to be able to share these ideas and also really share these ideas of life and how we connect them to art. Because you guys are going to be changing the world. We're all changing it together, but you guys, it has to be your voices to change the system. And I just really believe in you guys. Cynthia, thank you, honey. I'm so excited for you and your journey. I really want you to live, well, all of you, live all of your dreams. Truly, truly. Oh, this was quite a day. We did a lot of songs, huh? 4 songs in almost 4 hours, 3 hours and 39 minutes. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for staying with me all this time. It's a long day, I know. And I'm really grateful for those of you who are watching afterwards. Thank you for being here and watching the whole video. That's quite a feat, and I really appreciate you for that. Let's keep in our hearts Black Lives Matter, and let's keep in our hearts the idea to change the system. Let's keep in our hearts to listen, as Goddess Sierra Boggess has said so perfectly, to stop and really listen and to have empathy and compassion, and to feel like we need to know what it is like to walk in their shoes. That's a really old adage, you know, that you don't know a man until you walk in his shoes. And I think we have to understand that it's our responsibility to do that and try to do that and bring it. And for us, it's even more exciting because we can bring this work to bring this stuff to our work, to our life. And the first title of my book was going to be The Singing Artist, A Way of Life, because we are making this method a way of life, that we can use all of our pain and put it in, make it art. So I really thank you guys so much for joining me and being here today. I can't be grateful enough. And I really am available if you'd like to do an unlisted link on YouTube and send it to me to my Instagram page, Mary Setrakian. I would be happy to look at it and give you feedback. If somebody, I think I've gotten all of you, so let me know if I haven't. So please do that. You know, please follow me on all my pages. I do have other voice lessons up on Mary Setrakian Official, which I'm going to repost again, reshare. They're already there. They're 10. The sound is not in sync like these ones here. And Migle and Shin have organized Setrakianators, so come along for the ride with them. And we'll be the Setrakianators and bring this beautiful work to your community and your friends. Help them with vocal fry, that they do the S and they connect their speaking to here. If you see somebody in vocal fry, try to help them to get out of speaking in their voice, in their throat, and get them into their speakers. These are your speakers. That's what these are. These are our speakers. So you guys can keep helping put this into the world. Okay? Love you guys. Thank you, Pearl. I love you too. All of you. It's really my pleasure. Great, James. You sang all the ladies' songs. Wonderful. Tam. Awesome. Stay in the emotions, guys. Just keep the, you know, just keep releasing and let it go. And if you feel like a lot coming up, sing through it. Go get a song and just keep singing through it. Okay? That will be our process. Thank you, Emma P. Thank you for you made my day. So thank you, thank you. Yes, love to you all, as Laura is saying. And see you next time. I'll be here next Wednesday, same time. 3 more sessions, so keep coming back. Invite your friends. And if you have any requests, I have some ideas for the last 3 lessons. You're welcome to send me ideas, requests that you'd like to look at, and I'll figure it out. Okay? It's 3:44 a.m. Is that the Philippines, Pearl? Where are you? We already did Phantom. We did Phantom Amelia on my first one, quarantine lesson number 1. So I know you guys love Phantom, but we're going to try to do some other ones that you don't know. I'd love you to look at Music Man. I'd love you to look at The Sound of Music. The Music Man should be coming to Broadway with Sutton Foster. And so that would be really fun. And Hugh Jackman. So that would be really fun to look at. I want you guys to look at some traditional musical theater like Oklahoma, because you guys were born in the Phantom of the Opera era. And I want you to know a little more history. We could also do something fun, maybe something from Hamilton. We could do something more current. So we'll have a good time with this. You were in the Music Man when you were 10, Emma. Excellent. Good night, Tam. Good night, everybody. Yes, the Philippines. Okay, we got it right. She loves me. That's a great one, honey. Yep, we could have a pop-oriented lesson for sure. I was thinking of doing that, so I'll figure that out. Let me know any pop songs you love, Hamilton you love. The Sound of Music is really good in regards to traditional musical theater. So King and I is one of my favorite, Jess. I love that. Okay, guys. Good, good, good. What would be your favorite song from Hamilton? We'll be back. Yeah. So if what would be a favorite song from Hamilton you'd like to do? What do you think? Love Never Dies. I think we're going to go away from Phantom for a while. Yeah, Tuck Tim is an amazing role. Hello, Young Lovers, amazing song. Burn from Hamilton. Okay, check that out. See you then. See you then. Good night. Good night. Those of you who are going to bed, sleep tight, drink lots of water, eat well, take really good care of yourself. We'll talk more about these things later. Okay? Bye for now, everybody. Lots and lots and lots of love. Okay, the last 5 years, that's a good one. Yeah. Okay. That's Jason Robert Brown. That's pretty darn good. Okay. Anthem from Chess. Okay. I'll take a look. Keep writing and I'll look later. Bye, you guys. Have a great, great day. We're on 3 hours, 46 minutes, and 19 seconds. Ciao. Next time. Bye-bye. Jenna, bye. Thank you, honey.